it again. Go around town, play your friends. Me and my boys, we torturing. Fire to the mic, we scorching it.
Shit. Morning. Let's see. Find a smoke. Try to figure out what the fuck we're doing today. Let's go. Waking up, 9 a.m. Eyes open out of bed, so let's begin. I smoke a cigarette to get my head right. Got the boy in the living room yelling about Fortnite, running around. And he's extra hype. He got a headshot, sitting there screaming goodnight. Starts dissing, I high five. He says tight, right, and go straight back to ripping on the mic to the kitchen. Eyes look at me softly. My baby's sitting there while she drinking her coffee. I said, have you heard from the crew? No. So we got nothing to do. Drop the boy off at 2, then we're through. Cool, maybe some food and some shrooms, some old ass cartoons. Well damn, if that's the plan, kick back, relax and sit and chill if I can. Ain't much to do. No homies coming through, but it's cool. I'ma sit here and watch cartoons or burn it up on a Saturday afternoon. Let's do that. Ain't much to do. No homies coming through, but it's cool. I'ma sit here and watch cartoons and burn it up on a Saturday afternoon. Beating on my chest while I'm feeling a song. I channel my Magilla and get the gorilla on. I don't care, I watch Hanna-Barbera, butt naked on shrooms, sitting while I'm laughing in my chair up. My hair curls, I show my girl the secret squirrel. In and out the holes like Morocco Mo, curl toes. Blow loads all over, hit it like a snagglepuss. Roll over and say I love you toots. Afterwards I smoke a blunt, that's my bedrock. Get the munchies and I don't think that they're gonna stop. Go in the kitchen and pop open the oven. About 5 or 10 later, bam, bam, eating tater tots. Yes. Ain't much to do. No homies coming through, but it's cool. I'ma sit here and watch cartoons or burn it up on a Saturday afternoon. Ain't much to do. No homies coming through, but it's cool. I'ma sit here and watch cartoons and burn it up on a Saturday afternoon. You know, I think I wanna do it like Space Ghost and get the world tuning in from coast to coast. Maybe get a better entrance like Birdman and get the whole world yelling glorious, your boy Petey Potamus. I dropped his name though he wants to be anonymous. But they ain't stopping shit. Go ahead and call the law. Quick Straw McGraw can El Kabong that shit. But they miss, reflexes too quick. Coming after me, shit I thought y'all knew me. Taught in the ways of Hong Kong food. You wanna catch me, you better call Scooby. Shit, ain't much to do. No homies coming through, but it's cool. I'ma sit here and watch cartoons, burn it up on a Saturday afternoon. Ain't much to do. No homies coming through, but it's cool. I'ma sit here and watch cartoons, burn it up on a Saturday afternoon. Sounds delicious. Shit. All right, we done now.
Hey, flash it on. Hey, yo, Stick Boy, I see you. Hey, yo, Sam, what's up, boy? I see you in that bitch with the beats. Hey, Chase, you know you part of the team too. Hey, Lito. I'ma hold it down. I'ma stack it up, build this shit up from the ground. I ain't drunk enough, fuck it, buy another round. Take another shot, mix the Henny with the crown. Feeling like a pot, eyes on me, they all around. I'ma stack it up, build this shit up from the ground. I ain't drunk enough, fuck it, buy another round. Take another shot, mix the Henny with the crown. Feeling like a pot, eyes on me, they all around. Look, I know that they hating and watching and looking, digging it down on Hall of Fame. She said, boy, you move like a rookie. Call her friends, they on the way. Duck on these hoes, we alley-ooped it. Told you, girl, this just the phase. And cuffing these hoes, nah, I ain't stupid. I ain't Cupid, I just hit these hoes, yeah, they ain't shuffle. Been out here, I'm stacking chips. I swear to God, this shit like Ruffles. Call the play, I call the huddle. Swear to God, these boys in trouble. Keep that money in the duffel. Smoking gun, I'm blowing bubbles. Mix the Henny with the crown and them seeing double. One girl white and one girl brown. Bitch, I call them double trouble. Both of them wanna go for rounds. They want the dick, don't wanna cuddle. Flexing, I ain't never humble. Scoot the bag just like I'ma hold it down. I'ma stack it up, build this shit up from the ground. I ain't drunk enough, fuck it, buy another round. Take another shot, mix the Henny with the crown. Feeling like a pop, eyes on me, they all around. I'ma stack it up, build this shit up from the ground. I ain't drunk enough, fuck it, buy another round. Take another shot, mix the Henny with the crown. Feeling like a pop, eyes on me, they all around.
She'd have got down on the biggest dick she'd ever fucking found in her life.
Yeah, all eyes on me, I feel like Tupac. Big shit, I pull up wearing 2 chains, I got 2 Glocks. I done ran that shit up, do my thing, I need new socks. I still save my bands under the box, spring in a shoebox. I better take for the shit that I'm whipping, funny cause now I get paid selling tickets. I'm running up and I'm going the distance, post him and out like I ain't see no difference. I'm getting baddies for days, don't know if there is no way. Don't even come near me, go away. I see it clear, you'll be fake. Every time I sing too, I hear them pennies waterfall. And every time I rap, I just see all these bodies start to drop. When I do them both together, I'm goddamn unstoppable. I'm stunning all you pussies, so I do not see no obstacle. Bitch, I think I'm going crazy. Fuck that shit, I'm fire blazing. Put this on everything I love. I fuck your bitch so bad in shape. And I hit a lick even though I'm paid. Sleep with a bliss, so I know I'm safe.
Clip got a lighter, I know I'm straight. Climbing the ladder, I'm hearing I'm great. Fucking me a bitch and I'm done in the face. Officer bitch, take her on the chase. Cuff on the wrist, put that hoe in the place. And that turn out, now she want a date. Stuffing the pussy with a bottle of mace. Call her when Dixie, she busted my grace. All these dead presents, my pockets don't stink. Funny the money, all dirty, not clean. Gone, I got lime, man, clean with the bean. I'm clean up the beans, what the fuck do you mean? Amateur your head and your shoulders, your knees. I got a team and they train like Marines. I make it rain, hurricane like a ring. Shoot the game, win in your face like Kyrie. Chain on my mama like Kobe and me. More Michael Jordan, bought 23 rings.
Well, they love me. It's the kid, baby. I do this for they love me. Fuck it, let's rap. Here I go. Respect it and check it, but let's make this clear. Nigga, it's Rocky year. This year I'm out of here. Don't look so good, I'll start playing solitaire. Let's go. Fuck being humble, I know that's the motive. I'll sit this one out. Your flow is a boy on the corner, but this one right here is a key in the drop. Let's go. This ain't for the locals. Nah. Y'all should hire me to coach you. Yeah. The chick panties like Beyonce CD. Why? Cause they dropping no promotion. Woo. Let's get back to the important. I should get back and start smacking you niggas. Cause I'm really out getting out trapping with my niggas. On top of that, the boy out rapping you niggas. See me a long time ago, I was a nasty little nigga. Right. Now look at me, I'm a flashy little nigga. Cars think up and I asked them to kill it. Getting buckets all year, have to pass it to my nigga. Wow. That's an assist. Yes. But that was a flex. Yes. Now we in the studio with hoop shorts on. Like bitch, we got next. And we don't want your hands out. Boy, put your hands out. Punchlines, I keep money, I get to the money, the cost me remember. Keeping you and yours, bad vibes at the door, I don't need you anymore. Flow colder than the Eastern European. Fuck around and make me pull a piece on you and yours. Man, shout out to DJ, 20 bars in this track, need a replay. Rocky the hotter than a motherfucking heat game. Don't gas me up, I do not work at Speedway. I'm eating up everyone plate while cooking a steak, and I just ate. Then that boy greedy. Look, I'm eating up everyone plate while cooking a steak. Then that boy greedy. Fuck it, let's rap. Fuck it, let's rap. You fuckers can't do it, don't fuck with your music. Why the fuck would you rap? Don't do that. Get a job at the mall. Right. You better off popping like that. Right. I pop at your mom. Bitch, I pop at your dad. I pop at your door. Fuck around, pop at your cat. I pop at your leg. I pop at your head. I pop at your back. All of this shit that I'm talking about popping in, none of y'all popping like that. Man, fuck this shit. Fuck it, let's rap. I do this shit when I want. 40 or 80, put that in the blunt. 1,000 a pound, give you 8 a piece for 1,000 of them. Hope they can fit in the trunk. Say what you say, but the bomber don't play. I will eat you today and consider you lunch. Homie don't know me, I don't fuck with phonies. He act like he know me, I call that a stunt. Calling me broke, so my niggas ain't broke. I'm calling them stunt. I'm calling up Kenny B in trouble, Big Mouse and Chef and get what I want. If you wanna fight me, what you know I'm tight. Fucking music, I never like it. Yeah, you snap because you swagger bite. Everything about you I excite. Pull up a foe with a nigga that threw up the foe. I ain't banging on my. Bitch, I'm singing that yo with my guy, he from Memphis. He called me to go. Call up my bro, he delivered the snow. Giving me go, he be ballin' for show. Call up your hoe, put it all in her throat, then I send her a text. I ain't calling no more. Fuck it, let's rap. I've been itching to fight. It ain't nothing to scratch. Don't you gamble your life? You might up and just trap. Hear that click and that clack with your shit to the back. I don't chill, I don't chat, I don't rip, I don't rap, I don't flinch. I just smack a bitch dead in the face. Don't you get in my face. At the end of the day, it's as simple as that. I'm Muhammad Ali, but I float like a boat and I sting like a key. In the setup, they set up and planted on me. That's a line for your ass. Take a sniff in the seat. Ain't no winning defeat. You defeating the purpose when mentioning me and not mention the fact that I got up the joint and took over the streets. Yeah, this MBMD. What the fuck is y'all talking about? I'm the one that y'all talking about. You pussy niggas scared scared to call me out. Ohio voted me the hardest out. Pretty soon I should be balling out. Shows pack, hoes falling out. They calling in, I'm who they calling now. If they ain't talking money, I'm stalling out. I've been around, nigga, I just fell back. But I'm back now, run and tell that. Cookie in the blunt, I ain't held that. Cookie in the air, you can smell that. I've been around the block and back. I've been around your block with 40 Glocks and Max. Choppers come with shoulder straps, cause if you don't attach, they'll blow your shoulders back. You on war, then where your soldiers at? I know some know your cats that make it know your clap. Back to back, they'll see your soldiers back. No body parts attached, if so, they hard to match. Rocky, where them niggas at, pretending that they that. I swear these niggas whack. When they rap, I swear they don't adapt to nothing going on. That's where these niggas lack. The respect I gave you, rich and black, I want it back, cause you ain't giving back to blacks. You just faking, taking this and that, and giving that to those who ain't giving back. Fuck it, let's rap. Fuck it, let's rap. Fuck it, let's rap. Fuck it, let's rap.
The Killers. When I get up on the track, I understand why they be hating me. I flame MCs. As soon as I'm done spitting, they have the stage to beat. Even with soft circles, there's no way you can contain this beast. I take your every ounce of pride and shove it where your anus be, bitch. I'm the thing that goes pumping the knife, face in the heart of the life. Yo, just run for your life. Tongue is razor sharp, son. You want a knife, a crucifix, a fucking silver bullet. I want it tonight. I sold my soul to the yard. Linguistically, I'm a rude guy who's too high to not laugh in your face when you rhyme. Champion, yeah, quite a few times. I chew through lives, especially when the full moon rises. Look, the fucking flow is bonkers and you ain't shit. I got the nurse's finger drumming here up on your rape kit. They tried to put your ego back together, but the tape rips, and you better watch your mouth, cause there ain't no telling where Saint is.
I'm fucking brain dead now. Fuck you want from me. Been busting rhymes since 99, but y'all wasn't bumping me. And I haven't started to go fund me. I'm taking this publicly, but I'ma need at least a couple G's like once a fucking week. Pathetic. Never been a sorry motherfucker, so I'm unapologetic. Guess I'm out for your headache. Check the bottles, call them medic. Suicide, you should've did it. So I can laugh and talk shit anonymous up on my Reddit. Is it too late to state that I was just kidding? Or do I gotta address the state? Kamala H, my little fuck kitten. Little dumb bitch sit on my fucking lips so I can mumble that whole peach. Just to start a rape busting that Joe speech. I got a nosebleed, vendetta for the police. Know me, I'm an OG, cracked a 40 on the dome piece. While you murmur about murders, we know you got no heat and cold feet. Tagged in a bag, the note reads, go to sleep. Little bitch, go to sleep.
Yeah, prize. Send this to my dad for me. Father, I made it. I was down in the basement, and you left a child, now the crowds get the rave, and I made it. And I'm sounding amazing, you hate it, you better not say shit. Father, I made it. I was down in the basement, and you left a child, now the crowds get the rave, and I made it. And I'm sounding amazing, you hate it, you better not say shit. Father, I made it. If you say shit, I get a spring in the days when my heart was so vacant. Wishing for your love, but no hugs I was taking. Everything I saw, every other situations. Like when you didn't come to birthdays, I'm a church ring, but it's still hurting when you don't know if dad's alive. That's the worst thing. I don't know why I have your birth name. You was never there, I'm urging. All the pain you caused me into works of art. Part of me was a slide like I'm at a park. Part of me just wants to shine, so you really start realizing what you lost when it broke my heart. Yeah, you left, but now I'm the best. I just aim at the next of these things on my chest and escape me past. You were late, get some rest. A brace in my life and making these checks. Now you see his sons about to blow up. Like, hold up, I was really showing him no love. He's a poet, now he pops like baking soda. Demo wish I was there, I'm about to throw up. Now you see I snap with a pen, I feel bad for trash. I was laughing at him, never had dad with his passion. I win, I'm not gonna stop till I relax in the bin. I made it, I was down in the basement, and you left a child, now the crowds get the rave, and I made it. And I'm sounding amazing, you hate it, you better not say shit. Father, I made it, I was down in the basement, and you left a child, now the crowds get the rave, and I made it. And I'm sounding amazing, you hate it, you better not say shit. Father, I don't care what you gotta say, do I have time today? I just gotta go about it grace, my time away, so shine today.
this is my time to slay. If you're talking to me, then we rule to take a life away. See, I really just spaz on every single rap that I made on this pad. And that's so period, for you bitches be sad. Was a punchline, you'll be making me mad. Escaping my past of the days when my dad used to say he was back, but he just relapsed. I hate that's a fact. I break on this track and take what I had and spray with my craft. I'm the greatest to rap. You really can't fuck with me. You had to damn and I mean it is a luxury. You know it's really sad when it comfortably ready to snap on it dead in every fucking beat. But I just stay calm, I know I'm gonna make it. I don't give a fuck how he's gonna take it. Hope he sees me on the TV and he hates it. Wasn't around in the basement. No, he's probably shaking. Think about his son growing up to be the greatest. Hope he sees me on his playlist and he plays a song and hears me sing it for the I made it. I was down in the basement and you left it.
I think this medicine still doesn't help. Maybe it's time to go back to my old ways. Although not most days I don't feel well. Keep another patch on my skin, dirty meals in a week. It's amazing where I haven't felt. Wanna die slowly, I'm only stopping this OD by keeping my arm in a bell. What? I was born only to die in a solitary confinement. I'm in the cage. Go and take a sip of my blood if you wanna taste. Take another needle directly into the vein. Start another ride, my family went insane. Killing them inside to watch my body degrade. Maybe they'll find peace when I find out they see the grave. I can only hope, so I'm feeling so ashamed, yeah. Fuck, I am so tired of feeling this tired. I'm constantly searching for energy, and yet I need downers to keep us so grounded. And I know those sound contradictory. I give no fucks, you wanna give up when you see me, just keep that same energy. And know that I keep me a banger. The only thing you finna see on my belt is my hand on my waistline. Man on my waistline.
Bleach said it's time to lay low. I know I'm unstable in a fable, and I'm unable to make do, and still gotta pay dues. So motherfuck you. Came for the bankroll, breaking a halo. If we say no, robbing the store with some plain clothes with a gate show. Can't go with no payload, I gotta make dough. Come for me when I'm twisting the endo. In the midst of the thick smoke, 10 hoes on my dick, not one get an inch. Got a bitch cause I said so. Look at my wrist, how I still got that drip from those slits. When I'm done on my luck, still don't give a fuck. Still fucking these sluts, trying to figure out which is the bitches I lust. Cause I still got no love. Grave really fucked up. In the head what I said, folks filled with disgust. Young bummers untouched, young with the hard drugs, I'm really on one. Sober as fuck for like over 12 months. I was joking, I'm back off the junk. Not even the subs, but I've been reminiscing about a gun.
shine by lime holidays at night when the moon comes out. Working all day, 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 out. Working all day in the office space, white slave, I pray, Lord, but cut me down. Thinking all night in the constant sour hour, wobble through the night as the clock goes round. Sleeping all day in the basement, shade unshaved, I lay as the sun comes out. Tweaking all night on the medicine ball, I swallow as the night comes to take me out. Working all day, 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 out. Gotta make me feel, wanna make me believe. Last dance on the stereo, I'd rather break than bleed. Gotta make me feel, wanna make me believe. Last dance on the stereo, I'd rather break than bleed. Working all day, 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 ow.
Let me tell you, I'm the newest fucking lawyer for the Michigan Misfits. I'm the new manager. We're handling shit from here to Siberia, Canada, and back. You can't get these fucking belts off these motherfuckers. They're too good. They'll put you through tables until you're unable to fucking move. All right? Michigan Misfits.
Talk shit, but I bet none of you motherfuckers will say it to our face. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do. Yeah, prepare for the bad mood, 'cause this song and everything I'm about to say is about you. You's a broke down piece of shit, hypocrite, lying for the fuck of it. Narcissistic, first on the shit list. Everybody put you out when they ask who did this. No witness, cut you out my business. Keep it kayfabe while you're sleeping with the fishes. You might as well come as a pimple on my butt cheek, a bed bug crawling through the sheets, biting on my ass while I'm trying to go to sleep. Hope it's easy to eat when I break your fucking teeth down. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do. I hear you talking about your breath behind my back. You got that knife in hand. Acting one way to my face, but face to face, you be like you the man. Snakes in the grass, they slither. Come around when they want some, but as soon as you don't need none, they got some shit to talk, huh? Bitch, look at you, now look at me. Now what is the difference between us? I'm focused on the end game. You got a mouth full of my penis. Got something to say? Then let's go take this shit outside, dog. Handle this like Jensen, we can throw down in the backyard. Like it ain't hard to keep it a buck, but your chin slapping on my nuts. One day you'll run out of luck and catch my nasty ass drunk. That's when I lose all patience and I act out on impulse. Treat your face like your bitch and trick you out on post road, ho. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do wants to throw that stone. Fuck them and their high horse. Give them both the black eye, use a motherfucking eye store. I hear you knocking in my front door, but you're looking pretty ugly, and I ain't talking about metaphors. Get it? And you ain't about to do shit, so quit creeping around, peeping in my windows. It's the last time that I'm about to say this. It's too late, found you dead in my basement. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do. What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. You wouldn't do shit if I was standing right in front of you. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Probably bitch out again, just like you always do.
Double cups and cocaine cut with God knows what. Bring me down, I take my drugs, they keep me up. There's a lot of money going down, but we're going up. Look at all the money coming down, but we're going up. Double cups and cocaine cut with God knows what. Bring me down, I take my drugs, they keep me up. There's a lot of money going down, but we're going up. Look at all the money coming down, but we're going up. I've been taking risks, yeah. I've been going in, yeah. Doing all the shit I did when I was 17, with a pocket full of dreams and a pretty young bitch, yeah. I thought she would've shit. How'd you go and break my heart like that and act like you never did? I blew a whole lot of funds getting over that. I did a whole lot of drugs getting over that. I had a whole lot of fun getting over that. I had a whole lot of fun getting over that. And now my mind stay woosah. Told the GPS take it too far. I just wanna be right where you are. But you got me out here chillin' with a new girl. And all my new girls love to sip double cups and cocaine cut with God knows what. Bring me down, I take my drugs, they keep me up. There's a lot of money going down, but we're going up. Look at all the money coming down, but we're going up. Double cups and cocaine cut with God knows what. Bring me down, I take my drugs, they keep me up. There's a lot of money going down, but we're going up. Look at all the money coming down, but we're going up.
This is the beginning of a sonic disposition.
Welcome to a sex waffle cipher.
Yo, cutthroat, I re-up from Ruggeds and Rugrats, and on that I might add, it's time to run it back. When Trevor was easy, but we'll lace in the packs and clear knapsacks, so step back, I'm spitting. Let me start it with a 1-2, yo. Sex waffles in the spot, so come through, bro. What it do though? How ya hit up with a kung fu flow?
Walk up in the club like I never give a fuck. Stepping on your toes, I'ma show y'all what's up. Jumping up and down, now I'm ready to smoke a blunt. Choke it down, pass it around, choking on this puff.
If this pillar ain't solid, it'll crumble and fall. Gravitational resistance, turning fact into law. So applaud for the waffle. Getting sticky, quickly set up jiggy, speaking royally until they grab.
Picking these fools off like we kids at a pumpkin patch. I got my dogs robbing jewels like it's snatched with the 1-2 catch. Watch how I strike out the whole team. I catch cream, take heat like a steel beam.
Go on, dig it, Komatsu. Heartbeat, 15 in the trunk, and I hope it don't stop soon. Drop tunes, gas tunes, blowing down strong at large. Break through hard with bars, you get rocked.
Real G, stay moving in silence like lasagna on your mama, so we keeping it quiet. Staying low key, blazing with the homies. If they got a problem, my solutions, they can blow me slowly.
Steaming in the Beamer, cause you know my cup is leaning. Shit got me dreaming, never as a seeming. I don't know why I write these rhymes, but it's about to be one hell of a time.
This is the beginning of a sonic disposition. This is the beginning of a sonic disposition.
I've been ready to make an intense indent on the rhythms. Been ready to knock boots since the days of nursery rhymes and church hymns. Quick to bust your ass, still dissing crews and the masses. Was a ruthless, youthless youth, always getting kicked out of classes. Yes, saw straight, yes I didn't need glasses. I spoke crass, I was classless, but I never liked school cause the poets were my teachers. Spent my time getting high, writing rhymes by the bleachers. Been spitting since been that town, yo.
This has been a sex waffle site. Brought to you by Resurrect, Young Nate, Trey Hand, and Duke Slade.
Hey man, Kasky, New Year's Eve show. Me and the Sex Waffles turned that shit the fuck up. These guys were throwing glitter on stage and making it fucking rain, man.
This is a sonic disposition.
This is the beginning of a sonic.
This is the beginning of a big diction.
Oh yeah. Right there. In and out, baby. Oh yeah, right there. Hit the spot. Oh yeah.
Motherfuckers!
Coming to get you today. My car's leaking. I got a shit. Found a roach. Take a hit. 6 digit. I got none. Now my ass is on the run. My car's leaking. I got a shit. Found a roach. Take a hit. 6 digits. I got none. Now my ass is on the run. Unimart was locked. Not smart. Around the block. Kmart. Shit was closed. Out of luck. I feel it coming. Oh fuck!
Drippy, slippy, are you with me? Not a prairie dog and sticky, sweating like a pig in heat. But my bacon isn't picky. A bucket, a bag, or even a hole. My ass is fucked up like ancient scrolls.
6 digit blunt bigger than a midget. I smoke specific, my whip is at its limit. No gimmick, broke down Civic. Whole town know I smoke down purple sticky. Roll it up, run to the toilet and blow it up. I'm supposed to drop off weed, they wonder why I ain't showing up. Throw it up like bulimia, wonder what they see in ya. SIXXDIGIT, I keep it easty, believe.
My car's leaking, I got a shit. Found a roach, take a hit. 6 digits, I got none. Now my ass is on the run. My car's leaking, I got a shit. Found a roach, take a hit. 6 digits, I got none. Now my ass is on the run. Back door, Texaco. Bull was work, gotta go. I need that bag, but not like this. 6 digits, got me pissed, fuck!
That shit was wrecked, below an upper deck. Tried to find some TP or else my ass will infect. The seat was so hot, my mind tried to dissect if this was really worth it, so I'll reflect.
Kmart smell like shit, somebody pooping. I pulled up like I'm goofing, hit the ceiling like I'm roofing. Smoking in the open, I'm hoping that she boofing. Quarter pound of fruity in her booty, what she doing? Bitch farted and blew it out her ass. Remind me of that Texaco, smoking like some gas. 6-digit purple sticky with the flash. Still dropping shit, Lucha Libre with the mask. 6-digit.
My car's leaking, I got a shit. Found a roach, take a hit. 6 digits, I got none. Now my ass is on the run. My car's leaking, I got a shit. Found a roach, take a hit. 6 digits, I got none. Now my ass is on the run.
$13K up in the week, my nigga Mo, he got the proof.
Energy made this one.
Hey. Ain't nobody wanna talk that shit, so I had to start. Word around the streets, they heard a player come and rolled out the car. New blicky on the market with a switch, so I had to bar. 12 coming in, I got that shit on me, so I had to park. Niggas need to stop fucking around before I make them a target. The boys don't want smoke, I don't even know why they start. Early morning, little bro pulled up in the Aston Martin. I'ma keep that shit a beam, me and cuz think you niggas garbage. Swear to God, I'm too high, it's like I smoked up 1,000 pounds. Bitch, don't think that shit sweet in the trunk, I got 1,000 rounds. Just to get back to Cali from the O, I drive 1,000 miles. Just don't talk my ear off with this music, it's like 1,000 files. Hey, what you really on? Niggas think they speaking real shit, but it's that silicone. Niggas think they got that loud pack, but it's that MIDI grown. It's like a bitch that got a fat ass with all her titties gone. Hey, June said he about to make a beat, put the MIDI on. If I could kidnap that nigga, I make 50 songs. Get us out of state, make some hymns, get my ditty on. Hey, niggas won't smoke, we roll deep, we like 50 bitch strong. Acting like she ain't smoke when I lit the strong. I'm just trying to do all that I can to put the city on. Hey. Hey, if these hoes playing around, nigga, I'm gon' do it. If you pass me the ball, nigga, I'm gon' shoot. Nigga, I don't care what type of pack it is, shit, I'm gon' move it. I think I need a re-up, nigga, I goes through it. Hey, I don't know what the fuck I would've did without no music. When you see me feature on the song, nigga, I go stupid. Every time the money point me to a feature, nigga, I'm gon' do it. But if I just stacked to me 850,000, nigga, I'm gon' lose it. Hey, shit, I bet it all. I put these rap niggas to sleep, this shit is fitting all. The main mission is to get it and then get it all. We Sean Kemp and Gary Payton when we pick it off. Told you that it's up there, if it's beat, nigga, don't get involved. Hey, told you if it's up there, if we see you, bitch, don't get alarmed. Ain't no guarantee that you gon' make it without getting harmed. Hey, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome in, y'all. It's the Cody Live Podcast. I have not done this in a very long time. I think it's been damn near a year since I have done a podcast. We used to do this pretty much weekly, Fridays and Saturdays, and got kind of sidetracked for a second. We did the radio thing for a little bit, and a lot of people questioned that. So I wanted to clarify something. We are back to podcast, but we're doing these bi-weekly, something that fits all of our schedules. Some of us have families. I tried to balance doing a whole ass tour while operating a radio station, and that doesn't work. Time is a real thing. I found that out for myself, and it's no fun to deal with. But we're back. We're going to be bi-weekly. We're going to have another episode 2 weeks from now, and every 2 weeks, 10 o'clock. Find us right here on the YouTube, on the Twitch, on the Facebook. And yeah, let's get this hype back up. And shout out to everybody that's been supporting in the meantime, the tour dates, all that good stuff, as well as the radio station for the time that it existed. Like I said, it was all a time thing. This allows me to still interact with you guys, bring you some informative stuff, bring you some good guests that are educated at what they do, some vets in the game, some people who are mega successful at what they do. I don't know if you guys saw my post. Lil B actually is somebody setting up a date with me right now to get on the show. So we're going to try to spice it up. We're going to keep it professional. I know we kind of got sidetracked on the old episodes. We're going to keep it straight and to the point. But I'm waiting for my co-host, Chad. He had life get in the way, time. I know how that goes. And Chance is on his way right now. We're going to start the show before all you guys leave us. I didn't want to make a bad impression. So we do have my dude from Indiana. This dude is a veteran in the game. Met him at Carl's Tavern on the Weekend Warrior Tour. He is Case Kane's official DJ, and he's done a lot in his time, man. We got DJ Oz Ozzy on the show. What's up?
What up? What up, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Give some people some insight on how long you've been doing it. I know you drum too on the side of everything. Plus you do the music thing. So you're a little bit of everything in music. Kind of give people a background on yourself.
Yes, I grew up around music. Well, starting in church, my mom was I guess what they call a praise and worship pastor or a music pastor. So I grew up around music. She also had a degree in music theory. She had produced and distributed two albums. So that I grew up around it. So it was that part of it came natural, just the grind mentality that it takes, to make the thing go. But as far as me, I started playing in bands. Played in a couple bands that were more rock centric. Played in a kind of a Rage Against the Machine ish type band. Even played in a punk band at one time. But my passion has always been hip hop, and just not just as a drummer, and loving the beats and building the beats and the music, but the storytelling, that came along with hip hop, I fell in love with early. So I started writing. As far as hip hop, I started writing around 13, 14, starting to jot shit down and play with it. And then years later, I was still a Christian, and I'm now an atheist. I love having those conversations too, but we'll save that for another time. But I was in a Christian hip hop group that blew up, and for those that may be familiar with like Triple E, Lecrae, The Truth, the guys that are like mainstream now, that's kind of who we grew up with, and some of the guys we were opening up with. And then for a while, I kind of laid it down, kids, family, all that. And then I lost my mom, was two Julys ago, and I needed that therapy again and that musical release. So I jumped in like I do with anything, everything's black and white for me, so I jumped in, jumped in the pool with both feet and haven't looked back since. So released one album last November, Devil's Night. Another one's getting ready to release here probably by summer. I wanted it done by this month, but I'm not trying to rush it this summer. But about 4 years ago, I really started taking the DJing thing serious and spinning and mashups is kind of my bag. What I love to do. And I also met Ernie Wayne at Carl's. That's how I got to meet Case, and the three of us. It was like instant chemistry. When people see us on stage, they wouldn't realize or suspect that we actually have never had a rehearsal together. It's just that kind of chemistry. So in a nutshell, I've been in or around music, since my earliest memories.
Right. Yeah, and Case, man, if you guys get a chance to check out Case too, that dude's doing some stuff, man. You guys as a crew, as a whole, I'm watching you guys on social media like evolve, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, Case is that man that you're not gonna meet. You're not gonna meet very many people that not only grind and are hype about their own shit, but he and Ernie, give them both a shot on this. At every show that we're at, especially the ones that we're headlining, they hype everybody, and I love that attitude, and I think that's why we mash so well together. Is there's we know we're dope, but there's still that layer of humility where it's like we also want to see other people succeed, and we want to see other people win, and they're fucking awesome about that.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Even like shows, like I've done a couple shows with Case to where it's not a real big crowd, but you see Case like front row, or he's just like literally just cheering on. I love that. I love that about I love an artist that can do that, because pride gets in the way of everything in most cases with a lot of artists.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tonight's focus, we're gonna go on. Chance and Chad will be coming here in a second, and we'll get them caught up and all that good stuff. But tonight's focus is artist and DJ relationships, and it's something that's undervalued in hip hop. And we're gonna ask both you guys, how to approach you guys what you expect of an artist and how to form a business connection. That's kind of where we're going tonight.
Okay.
Along with, talking, some stories and some cool stuff. So I'm going to start off with number one question. Usually in every artist's mind, when they have a new banger, I'm a new artist. I got a new dope tune put together. I think it's the new hottest thing. And I want to go to the club. You're DJing that night. What is the best way to approach you about playing my song?
That part for me is easy. If you're sold on the track that this is a banger and you want this thing, you want this thing spun as many times as possible, as many places as possible. I don't need personally, especially if I'm in the middle of a show, right? I'm already getting thumb drives from all the artists to load up at the computer and get it in a Serato and everything. Bring whether it's a business card and a flash drive or something that I can connect the song with the face or the song with the name, and just say, hey, just give me the quick, hey, check this out. And I promise you, my girlfriend will tell you almost every night, like if we're not performing or I don't, I'm not working,
right,
I'm behind my turntables and I'm working on mashups, spins, sets, all that. I will listen to it. And if I agree with you that it's a banger and it's worthy of being put into, a concert mix or my hour mix before a show, I'll do it. But that's the easiest, most simple way to do it. Bring the flash drive, only put one track on there. Please don't put an entire album because I'm not going to listen to that. Give me the one that is the fucking banger. And if it's hot, I'll spin it.
Right. And I think that's something that artists kind of misconceive too. I know back in the day, you could take your CD or whatever you had, hand it to the DJ, they'll play it, whatever. They don't listen to it beforehand in most cases, and you don't know what you're playing, so you could lose the whole vibe.
Yep.
And I think artists look at that as like some artists, not all, but some artists, especially newer ones, are like, "Wow, he was on some hater shit," and it's like, no, he don't really know. You got to have a chance to check out the record before you just go and throw it on. You don't know if you're going to get a freaking children's song on there and mess up your whole set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's critical for those that aren't DJs or you've not worked with a DJ before. Our responsibility, our job, is to keep that crowd fucking hype, right, and keep the energy going in the room. So if if the room is charged and everything, we're banging out, and then all of a sudden I get just using this for an example, like Post Malone, Lemon Trees. Guess what? We just ruined even though it's a hot song, we ruined the vibe. We killed the entire vibe. It could be a hot track, right? But in that moment, it's about keeping that crowd hype. And Lemon Trees, we ain't gonna have people banging out, up in front of the stage to Lemon Trees.
Right. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, but I think that's a common misconception. And it's just like, artists, chill out, just get it. A lot of DJs are humble. A lot of the ones that I've met, at least around here, and even into Indiana, now finally getting out there. A lot of people are humble as far as the DJ side of things, I'm noticing. So, like, give it time, too. Because you never know. Maybe they didn't get a chance to listen. Maybe you go back to the club the next time and you hear your shit played. you just never know. You know what I'm saying? I just hate that they always, I guess, skip to the conclusion that it's hater shit. He didn't like it, so he didn't play it, and he don't support. And it's like, it's not that way.
No, not at all. And, one thing, and I'll use, my story or my anecdotal experience when it comes to this. So when I met Ernie and Case, I got their information, gave them mine, and I was persistent because I already had that sense, like, man, the three of us could fuck shit up, man. The three of us could fuck some shit up, and I was persistent, and I was like, hey, when we gonna get together? Hey, when are we gonna talk? Hey, when we when we gonna start working together? And it was that persistence that paid, right? And so if you're gonna give me a track, that doesn't mean text me on the hour every hour, for a week. But I'm usually good about giving someone my business card, if we're exchanging something. Follow up with me. I am very, very busy, and I'm ADHD as hell, so I may forget. But that doesn't mean I'm doing it just to be a dick, right? I probably just did forget. Just send me a little reminder, and the next time I'm behind my tables, I'll listen.
Right. I feel that. Get this man tracks. That's what he's telling you. Load this man's email up. No, I'm just
As long as you're not turning into a stalker, I'm good. Send me all the music.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. We're still waiting for DJ Chance and DJ the Ha. One of the common questions, and I want to know a DJ's opinion on this, because I know you affiliate with artists. You do the artist thing too, so you probably have an artist type opinion on it. One of the heavily debated topics before on the Cody Live podcast. Just kind of waiting for them and throwing in, a little screwball. What is your opinion on pay to play shows?
I'm not for it. I'm not for it, and I could probably say that there may be one or two exceptions to that, but like most of the shows where where we're performing, I won't speak for anyone else. Where we're performing, it's like the draw in the amount of people or the lack of amount of people more times than not. I don't feel that it's justified for me or for I won't talk for you. I guess it's not justified for me to pay to be there, because at the end of the day, I feel like I spent money to do something. I lost money, and I only get in front of 300 people. Now they'd say, well, 300 people, that's 300 people. Well, not when you're paying hundreds of dollars, if not sometimes, depending on who you're talking to, a couple $1,000s to get up on that stage. But to me, so I have an entrepreneurial background. To me, that's just a net loss, because I don't have anybody knocking on my door wanting to now do bigger venues or bigger buildings, whatever, with either less money or no money down. Now, I think the critical part in that is whether it's the DJs, the artists, whatever, you have to be promoting that shit. You have to be if you're getting on a free, it's free to perform, it's free to be there. You have to be sharing that shit. You have to be talking about that shit, because at that point, then I would say, and that's hard to track, but I'd say, well, if you're not going to give back for everyone so that all of us can get in front of as many people as possible, I don't necessarily want you rocking the mic. You know what I mean? Because it's like we got other guys out here grinding and hustling, to trying to make the most of that opportunity. Well, and you're just riding coattails. That's bullshit.
Yep. One thing that I brought up recently, and I kind of thought about it like from a third eye view, if you kind of look in at it. And I had a heavy debate with somebody because they hit me up. They asked me to do the show. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I haven't been there. I haven't been there in a long time. I think it was a different state. I can't remember what state it was. But they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay $80 for 12 minutes and da 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 da. One thing I'm noticing about these shows, though, if you look from like an analytics standpoint, look at how many artists are there compared to people that aren't artists, or the artists, the artist people or their wives or their merch person. It's not a very good ratio in most cases.
Right. And that's why I would say out of 10 opportunities, 9 out of the 10 times, I'm not going to pay to perform, because what you hit the nail on the head. It's people are part of the team, the squad, whatever, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, show up. We got the merch people show up. They're not paid, and they're not really paying attention to anybody but who they came to support. You know what I mean? So you're not really getting in front of faces or in front of ears that are looking for new music, and looking for new artists to support or listen to.
Right. And that's what it's all about. If there's no benefit, you want to reach as many people as you can with that live performance, because you're spending your gas, whether it's free or not. You're spending your gas, the time to put your set together, to get it on the USB, which sometimes is a pain in the ass. Trust me. I've been to venues and there's nothing on there. And it's like, dude, I put my set on there. I promise. But you're spending all that time, and then you don't get no return on investment of that time, even if you don't pay.
Absolutely. And one of the, back in my business, I ran a sales team for, a region for about 9 or 10 years before the pandemic. And one of the like staple, quotes or kind of mantras that we went by is purpose, process, payoff. So you examine each, whether it's a show, or whatever industry or whatever, line of work you're in, what's the purpose, what's the process, what's the payoff?
Right.
The purpose is to get in front of many people as possible, especially new people that have never heard of you before.
Right.
What's that process look like? In this conversation, the process is, am I paying to be there? Okay, in this particular conversation, if I'm going to pay to be there, what is the payoff? Here's what makes even less sense to me. We don't know, because in this industry, especially on a local / regional level, nobody's doing like true analytics, right? Nobody's actually tracking to the dime or to the penny on what we're losing. Because I bet most of us, again, 9 out of 10 times, lose.
Mhm.
You know, and that's just what time it is. So that's why I'm like, if you take a step back and look at it from an entrepreneurial standpoint, that purpose, process, and payoff, it doesn't line up.
Right. Right. Yep. That's something that I brought up, and then it always gets argued because a lot of these people, I look at that stuff like, especially if you're paying for a local show, a local showcase, it's kind of a ripoff in a way. There's no national headliner. Most of the time, you don't really gain anything, and on top of that, I like hearing about the bills for the show. I've seen a couple posts on social media of, I gotta fork out, this much for the venue. I gotta fork out this much for the DJ. I gotta fork out this much for the sound. And like, I don't know, maybe I've used a different formula, and like, this is more like advice for like up and coming promoters. The formula of, if you can't pay off your overhead with your own people, because promoters are supposed to have followings where I come from.
Right.
If you can't pay that off, then you're probably in the wrong business.
Yeah, and yeah, I would say unless you're just getting started, you're figuring the landscape out, right? Like, what does this look like? What makes sense? What doesn't? And what doesn't make sense or what doesn't work, you throw in the trash, right? You're like, fuck that. As you're learning, I get the hiccups or the the bumps and the bruises that come along with learning. But if you've been doing this for a minute, and you're depending on the other artists that aren't in your camp, if you're depending on them just to get out of the red, you done fucked up, man. You done fucked up, because if you can't cover it, like you said, if you can't cover it on your artist or your DJ, your performer, whatever it is, that's not a me problem.
Right.
That's a you problem.
Right. That's one of the things me and my buddy Alex were discussing. Well, you talked to Alex after the Hillsdale show. Was running sound. We were kind of talking about it as to, you're charging that $80 for, your 12-minute set, and people are paying it. I don't know why they're paying it. If people stop paying it, that would stop happening. But you're paying your $80 for 12 or $40 for 12 or whatever ridiculous number. And you go to that show and there's not very many people there. Where did my money go? Where was the promotion? Where was the Facebook sponsored ads? Because in a lot of cases, you don't see it.
Yeah, and I know we did a show here recently that I know it was at least billed to be or promoted to be, a like an epic show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was paid to perform, and like there was a decent amount of people there, so I'll at least give them that. Like it was a decent turnout, but they were all like fucking robots, bro. Like it didn't matter how hype you got or did not get. They were like robots, are like rocks, just standing there staring at you, and it's like what did you pay these people to come? Like what the fuck is going on right now? So that's not in the promoter's control. But again, after so many times, watching or hearing people paying to perform places where it's either only family, friends, supporters show up, or if people do show up, like it's just this lackluster response, because anybody that might have been interested, when they're watching the crowd like that and the crowd's not getting gassed when you're getting gassed, they're like, oh, maybe these I thought they were hot, maybe they're not hot, maybe I'm not fucking with this dude, these people.
Right. People are easily influenced, especially in the crowd. I've noticed that. I guess that leads in, and I've asked this on like past casts and stuff too. I like to see, because you hear different stuff from different people. We had the pandemic in 2020, lasted through, the restrictions and stuff lasted through 2021. I'm not sure in Indiana how that worked. I know in Michigan we were closed down to the point we couldn't do nothing. We couldn't go out to eat in most of that time period. DJing was shut off out here. There was no gigs. People were online, and how did you handle that over the pandemic?
You know, and before I says, I want to make sure that I'm sensitive to those that lost friends and family, because what I'm going to say, I don't want it to sound like I don't give a shit or I don't care about people, because unfortunately, yeah, there's a lot of people that fucking died, right? So first of all, I want to acknowledge that. For me personally, I was not directly affected. I say that, but I also lost a fucking amazing job making amazing money. You know, so when I say I wasn't personally affected, I mean physically. You know, like I've never had it. But what it did, if there's I guess, silver lining, so to speak, it gave me so much time to pour into music that I didn't have before because I was working like 60, 70 hours a week. All of a sudden I have all of these hours freed up and I went straight grind time. It was grind time. And unless I was, you know, with the kids, eating, using the restroom, taking a shower, you know, those kind of things, I was in the lab, man. And I was working and trying to perfect and working and trying to perfect. And I probably saw some of my biggest jumps or leaps in my abilities and my creativity through that time period where, you know, I, instead of going to do my normal job, I reallocated those hours, still worked as hard as I did before, but now on the music and the creativity. So, you know, the silver lining, so to speak, would have been the time to hustle and the time to grind.
Right. Right. And that was a big thing. Like I know, like I had a couple friends from Nashville, a couple DJ friends talking about their monetary loss too, as far as, you know, DJing every weekend or playing for a band every weekend and that little extra income plus being laid off. And honestly, the money that we got really didn't even really crack living expenses. So
Yeah,
I could guarantee that's probably a little rough too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what hurt, what hurt me the most as far as that aspect is right before COVID shut everything down. I was really just starting to get back into my groove, you know, as far as getting out in front of people. Because, like I said, you know, until my mom had passed, like I'd kind of just put everything on the shelf, right? And when I wanted to, you know, reestablish or reinvent myself, so to speak, in that, like I had this. Like there was this upward trend, right, or swing. Then COVID happened, and it took me a week or two to figure out now what do I do with my time, and you know, so as far as ability, all the way up, right, but money all the way down.
Yep, I feel that. That's what I was doing. I was working through that time, musically and stuff. I had like 2 months off work. I'm like, dude, this is kind of awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, there was positives to it. Plus, I wasn't spending money on fast food all the time.
Word.
All right, we're gonna get into some more questions. For new artists coming up, what do you recommend? I know you DJ quite a few live shows and stuff. For new artists coming up, when they're coming to the venue, they have no clue. Let's be honest. When it's your first show, unless you have some kind of guidance, I know I had no clue. What do you recommend an artist does to prepare when they get to the venue, or what should they have prepared when they get to the venue, as far as, you know, what to bring, you know, what to practice, that type of stuff? What do you recommend? You kind of see it firsthand behind the tables. So
yeah, before I answer, am I allowed to smoke on here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just make sure. So as far as preparation, well, there's a few things I'll hit there. As far as preparation, number one, you know, I shared earlier that, you know, Case, Ernie, and myself have not rehearsed together. But when you've been doing it as long as they have, you know, there's not that like necessity, you know, that it's rehearsed and it's gone through, because they've been doing it for years, right? And they've been in front of huge crowds. But for somebody just getting started, first of all, know your shit, know your lyrics, and you know, come in ready to be that surgeon, you know, that it's surgical, you know, and you know everything to a T, you know, and give the same voice inflections, give the same voice projections live that you do on your album, because that's what people want to hear. They want to hear as close to the album work, as possible. So know that as the DJ, please bring your thumb drive with either one track with all of the songs that's just on one track, or have them in order. That way, when I plug it into the computer, I don't have to turn the music down and then say, what was that again? What order was that again? Right? Because it kills everything. It kills the vibe that I'm trying to build, as a DJ. And honestly, I don't very often get pissed, but I do get frustrated, because if that were me, I want everything to be clean, right? I want it to be very easy, and there's no confusion, and there's no potential fuck ups once your set starts. So if you have a 15-20 minute set and all your shit's out of order, or you've said, well, this one's here and this one's in this folder, don't blame it on me. I don't know where all your music's at. Don't blame it on me when your order or whatever gets fucked up. So I would say that, but I think the biggest thing that a recommendation that I would have her make is, again, be humble. Meet as many motherfuckers as you can. Network like networking is going out of business tomorrow. Right. And even if you're the first, second, third, whatever on the lineup, don't dip. That drives me. I don't know about the other DJs. That shit drives me crazy, bro. That shit me crazy, because it's like, hold on, like, you have people, you're just getting started. You have people giving you a shot, right? Giving you an opportunity to get in front of people, whether it's 50 people, 100 people, 300 people, whatever it is. You're getting an opportunity to rock the mic and do what you say you love and what you're passionate about.
Right.
And people are there to support you that you don't know. And these other artists are supporting you. And again, shout out to Case and Ernie, because they're fucking amazing at that. Like, they'll stick around from the time we jump off to the time we get out, right? And stay there and not just meet a bunch of people, but support the other artists, because artists remember that. And especially the DJs, because we're watching the whole shit from the stage, right? We know who sticks around. We know who's there to support, local artists, underground artists. Like, we remember you. We remember you when you're the one that sticks around. And we also remember you when you're the one that dips after you do your set.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I'm keeping 100. Those as a DJ, you ain't getting the love from me that the other ones do.
Right.
You ain't getting the same love from me.
Right. And we see that so many times too. That I think the number one tip that I could give to anybody is respect your DJ, because that's what I did to break into any scene. I got cool with DJ Phenomenon out of Toledo, and he got me into the Toledo scene out of the small little Adrian scene that I was in, and that just went places. Respect your DJ; they could take you places. A lot of DJs talk. And from a promoter standpoint, we see that shit when people leave. We actually have like a strict policy. Me and Alex, we've been throwing shows together past 3-4 years probably now. We pay the artist at the end of the night. We split the door, whatever. You don't have to do that necessarily. But the number one gripe that I get, and there's always, our policy is you got to stick around to the end of the night.
Good.
And you get your money at the end of the night. You get your split at the end of the night. When I get that cash box, bring it to the back room. I count the money in front of you. Here's your split. Here's your split. Here's your split. I've had those artists like, yeah, every time you book them, they have some kind of family emergency. I had one where it went from my brother's car is stuck. I got to go save him. I said, I'm gonna see what I could do about pay. If you got somebody to stick around, I'll pay you. But then that brother story, all of a sudden, it was his cousin that was stuck. And I'm like, you're just bullshitting me, man. You just don't want to stick around to watch the other acts because you were on early.
Yeah, and yeah, to me, that again, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, in this, like, yes, we love this shit, right? We're passionate about this shit, but this is a business, right? And for those that have that mindset or that outlook, they lack big picture, right? They lack the big picture lens to know that if I'm here and supporting, And the other artists that have been doing this a lot longer than me and have a lot more people listening, attending, viewing, downloading, whatever, they're more likely to prop me up, where the rising tide raises all ships, right?
Mhm.
If they're going up and I'm showing them love, they're going to show me love. That's only going, it's I scratch your back, you scratch mine shit, right? And if you're doing that, it's only going to behoove you to do that. But if you want to be the asshole that let me get the mic, and when I'm done with the mic, I'm gonna hand it to you, but I'm a dip. We remember that. You ain't gonna get that love, bro.
Right. Everybody remembers that. You even hear artists saying like, "Wow, they left right after their set." So why would they want to connect with you? And you don't know what those other artists on that bill are going to do later on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like being back in the day when I started. That sounds like I'm really old, but I've been doing this over half my life. So I was like 14. But this was like the MySpace days, early social media, where we didn't have the connections like we do now. We don't have Facebook to where you can be like, "Hey man, let's do this." I mean, we did, but it wasn't as prominent. So you had to stick around to get that connection. You had to stick around to listen to the music. And you would get those Memorex CDs, which I still got a whole the old CD folders. I stuffed those away and saved them, because I got, just to throw one out, Demo How Boys. They haven't been together in a long time, but I still got their CD and I still remember that shit from their performance and sitting there and watching it, not having my cell phone out and texting, like giving them the full attention, and they respected me back for it.
Yeah, it's just like the day old adage, you get out what you put in, and if you're willing to invest yourself and your attention, and your intention, into other people, and it's not a selfish thing, it's not a just always look at me thing, and you're also like hyping people up and you're talking about them and their shit.
Right.
That shit's contagious. That's what motherfuckers don't realize. That shit is contagious, because as soon as they see you doing it, they're like, "Man, I need to show this person some love. I need to throw some love their way because they're helping me." And now all of a sudden, it's that cross pollination thing, where now you're putting, for this company, you're putting my name in front of people that probably have never heard of me before. Whether it's me as an artist or me as a DJ or whatever. And same thing if it was crossed over. Now I'm putting your name, your face in front of people that have never even fucking heard of you before, right? And that's how it should be. But when it's just all about you and you dip out and people are now hesitant to want to fuck with you, don't get mad at us, bro. Don't get mad at us. You have made a very clear choice to make it all about you. And that nobody's rocking with that.
Right. And I had questions. I just want to bring this up because this is how me and Case connected. This is how me and Case, I reached out to him. He knew Saint and Klep before he knew me, and they kind of introduced me, and then we're like, "Hey man, let's do some show for show shit." And it was just a mutual thing. I booked him out here, seeing him perform, sat through it. We came out to Carl's and we just keep doing the show flip. But you get those people asking like, how do you get shows out there like that? How do you, how do you get to Illinois? How do you get to, by connecting,
right?
By showing respect to other sets, by, following up on social media. "Hey dude, your set was dope as fuck the other night." You know what I'm saying? They see me watching. Then all of a sudden, you got Case coming to Michigan, you got Cody going to Indiana, and we're all traveling. We're all happy in the end. You're not going to get that when you leave.
Hell yeah. And I know we just booked another one up there, up in Michigan. So, yeah, it's amazing when it sounds so simple, but I don't know why in 2023 we have such a difficult time with this. But when you treat people well and you do good by people, good shit happens, right? Good shit happens. Not every single time, but more times than not, good shit happens. But when you just make it about yourself and you treat people like shit, shitty things happen, right? And you don't get the exposure, you don't get the love, you don't get the notoriety that you may deserve. But not everybody's just looking at talent. They're also looking at like, who are you? How do you treat other people, especially when you're on the local / regional scene? Now, when you blow up and you're making millions of dollars, you cannot give a fuck at that point, right? Do you? But when you're when you're grinding at the local and regional level, like, yeah, let's just stick a pin in that, stick a pin in that balloon and deflate that ego a little bit and remind you that we're all doing the same shit. We're all grinding. We're all hustling.
Right. That kind of leads into the next question, actually. What's your biggest pet peeve that you see when you DJ shows? And what is something that an artist can do to get on your bad side, like right away?
Oh,
I know we talked about this a little bit and we just kind of mentioned a little bit of it, but
yeah, it's for me. It's what we talked about when an artist comes in or artists come in, and again, let's say they're the first 3 to 4 acts on the lineup,
right?
And you come on, you come in right when your shit's about to pop off, and then you leave right when it's done. Man, miss me with that shit. And I will not. And people, this is when I will play asshole and I will be a dick. I'm not spinning your shit for nothing, bro. Not for nothing. I don't give a fuck how hot it was, because I can't fuck with you. If I can't fuck with you, I'm not fucking with your music, and I'm not going to promote it. Because again, we're all doing the same shit, and that's me. I know I'm probably even being very generous there, because I don't know that everyone's putting in the same work and the same grind as everyone else. But I'm going to be charitable there and say we're all grinding, we're all doing this, we're all hustling. So if that's the case, if I'll just talk for So Sizzly. If Case and Ernie and myself can be there from an hour to hour or more before the doors open, getting set up, getting everything ready, and we're there, and Case and Ernie and myself, we're hyping up the best we can every single artist. You can't stick around. You don't even have a responsibility, bro. Other than getting up there and spitting your shit, you have no other responsibility. The only thing that you should do, you don't have to. The only thing you should do is stick around and support the other artists and show that you care about other people other than just yourself, and seeing them get better, seeing them succeed. Because again, the rising tide raises all ships, and if we all do that together, like, that would be fucking picture perfect, right? But unfortunately, we're dealing with people that egos are bigger than Texas, so there's only so much we can do with that.
Right. Another thing I want to add to that too, and it happened to DJ Tips, my DJ, a couple of different times. Well, the first instance I was there for, I do want to tell artists, it's not always the DJ's fault when the sound goes out. There is such thing as a sound man and a DJ being separate entities.
Absolutely.
Sound went out at one of Tips's shows though that he was DJing. He had no responsibility over that sound. One of the monitors just completely assed out. They weren't his monitors. A dude spiked the goddamn microphone on stage that was Tips. That's how to ruin a connection quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And so to piggyback on that, yes, 100%. More times than not, there's the venue has a sound board, and hopefully they have a sound person, right?
Yep.
But there's a lot of times there's not even a sound person back there. So I'm trusting my ears from behind everything, right? And trying to judge that. And I ran live sound for several years, so I have a good ear for it. But when you're behind the subs, you're behind the speakers, man, that's a difficult job. That's a difficult job. But to piggyback on that, the other thing is, it kind of ties into what I was talking about earlier. When you bring me a thumb drive and you don't know the order of your shit, do fucking not expect me to know the order of your shit.
Come on, Miss Cleo. You're supposed to read their mind.
Don't expect me to know that. And there, I won't throw names out, but there was one group. I don't remember what city we were in now, but they gave me it, and like nothing was in order. like there wasn't even like a because I'm usually good about patterns. Like I can see patterns and like, okay, this is here, that's there. There wasn't even a pattern or a rhyme or reason for why this was there and this was here. And I hit the track that says intro and it had that night's date on it. And they turn around to me like mean mugging me and saying shit to me. And I literally stopped the music.
I would have too.
I was like, what? This is your music, bro.
You're supposed to read their minds, man. You're a DJ, didn't you know?
I guess I missed that part of DJ training.
Artist tip. An artist tip. If you don't do the one track thing, I'm not personally like the one track. I like to talk between tracks and bullshit. But label them like track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4, track 5, however many tracks you have. Label them. Make it easy. That way you don't get fuck ups. That helps you in the long run. That isn't on the DJ. That is on you. That helps you.
Absolutely. And that's what, I mean, it does, because the crowd doesn't understand it. As the DJ, it does make me look inept and it does make me look ignorant that I don't know what I'm doing. But to the artist and the rest of the people there that are informed and are in the know, they know you didn't come ready. They know you didn't come prepared for your shit to, you know, to roll smoothly. So to what you just said, like, yes, label your shit. And I've had guys ask me, you know, when you say like, do you want me to put like masking tape or something on it? And I'm sorry for the background. I live downtown. There's a train.
Oh, no, you're fine, man.
Do you want me to like put masking tape on there and label? No. Like I don't in that arena, I don't give a fuck what the name of your title or the title of your track is.
Mm-hmm.
As a DJ, I'm just trying to, as quickly and as smoothly as I can, I'm trying to get that shit loaded up. Like you just said, track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4, track 5.
Yep.
I don't need, in that circumstance, I don't need to know the names. I just need to know the order. So when I load it up, it's clear as shit that this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, right?
We all learned to count at a young age, so we're all
and that way I don't look like an ass and you don't look like an ass. Like it's that easy.
Yep, but some people, you know, they can't follow the easy side of things. We got to take the hard way for some reason.
I know. I do understand common sense is not common practice. So we're here to help. We're here.
But we're gonna head to a commercial break. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We just became an affiliate of StubHub. If you go to order tickets on StubHub and want a little discount, use the code Cody Vibes as a discount code upon checkout. And check that out. And shout out to our other sponsors, Raise Energy, who came back with us from the previous podcast, Victory Brewing Company, StubHub. We'll be right back with panel talk. Hopefully we get Chance and Chad in here. I don't know where I think they're running on rapper time. Another tip, don't run on rapper time. We'll be right back.
I've got Wu-Tang tickets.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Get tickets for the whole family. With StubHub, buy as many as you need.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa, los hombres no lloran.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
All righty, y'all. We're back. Chance will be joining us here in a second. But next up, we got panel discussion, motherfucker. I felt pretty good right there. I've done radio for a while, and I can't say that on air. So we can cuss here. We can feel comfy.
Hell yeah.
So we're gonna start panel talk. Chance will probably join in the middle of it. I'm not sure. He was at some volleyball game. I guess that's a thing. But, we're gonna I'm gonna make fun of him when he gets here. But all right, we'll start with this. What do we got here? We got a few panel talk questions tonight. We'll start out with this one, and hopefully Chance joins us because I know he's got a couple to go off on. What is one thing artists can do to completely ruin a business relationship with you? In the long run. Not necessarily like leaving a show, but maybe that being a repeating factor, but other things that can just ruin, make it sour to where you don't want to fuck with them no more.
Just don't be an asshole. I don't fuck with assholes. I'm anybody that knows me on a personal level, like I'm one of the easiest dudes to get along with. And if like straight up, if I talk to you, I treat you like shit, I'm telling you right now, you earned that shit. You earned it. So just don't be an asshole. Don't act like your shit don't stink. Because I'm gonna tell you, it stinks. All of our shit stinks. And all of us can get better. All of us can improve. We all, one of my favorite quotes ever was, the biggest room in my house is the room for improvement. And if you don't have that philosophy, you don't have that outlook on life, I can't fuck with you. So to answer the question, more precisely, don't be an asshole.
Yeah. I think that's the number one rule in any book, honestly, with getting connections and stuff. I just recently had one of those. I'm not going to call out names, but just came at me randomly in my inbox. Like, hey, I'm better than you. You think you're this, you think you're that. And it's like, bro, if you were to meet me in person, I have no ego at all. Honestly, I like to give opportunity to people because when I was coming up, I didn't have a me. I didn't have people that were like, hey, you're new to the game. Let's get you in a venue. Let's see how you do. Hey, your performance, maybe you can do a little more of this, maybe a little less of that. I didn't have that. So I like to provide that with, my 17 years of experience of seeing different acts do different stuff.
And I appreciate that, whether it's an artist or a DJ, because again, that type of humility and not forgetting where you or I or where we come from, and truly respecting the grind, right?
Right.
That shit again is contagious. People pick up on that and they run with it, and they're like, no, I want to fuck with this guy. Why? Because I like this person. I like the person. And when you like the person, you can connect with the person. All of a sudden, the music, the lyrics, the storytelling is even more impactful because now they feel like they have a personal connection to the lyric, to the word, to the story. But if your head is so inflated that people can't approach you or you can't approach others because you think you're better than them, man, again, I quote, I make quotes all the time, but talent can take people to levels that their character can't keep them, right? Meaning your talent may be able to take you here, but that's your ceiling because you lack character or integrity or humility or honesty, whatever it is. And as soon as you meet that ceiling, you're fucked, bro. You're fucked.
Right. Common courtesy too. That goes a long way. That's something that I like to see my generation of artists now encouraging others.
Absolutely.
That's a big thing because I've seen people like I met, they just started making songs like, hey, Cody, can I get some help? Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't care. I'm not one of those guys, like, even if I was doing bigger shows, as long as I had the time, I'm like, yeah, maybe your mixing needs improved. Or if it comes to the live show, move a little bit more, stare people in the eyes, make them feel the lyrics, make them feel what you're feeling. I've done that for people before. And that goes a long way though. And like I tell people, when people bring up my name in a bad manner, I don't take it personally.
No, you can't. You can't.
Well, because at the end of the day, I know I've done everybody morally right along the way. I can't say I ain't flawed. Back in the day, I was a little shit, man. Like in my teens, man, I had that inflated head, but I had nobody to tell me not to. So it was more so like, yeah, you're the shit, dude.
You're the shit in the urine, bitch. No, it is. It's and that's the other thing. If you don't have somebody in your corner that yes will be the cheerleader or be the hype man or be whatever, like yes you need that, but more importantly than that, you better have somebody in your fucking corner that'll tell you, hey bro, that fucking sucks.
Yep.
Or hey bro, that performance sucked ass tonight. Or hey man, that track, that's not you. Like you're getting outside of your lane. Like you're trying to do something that's not you. You also have to have that person or those people that are like 100% willing to tell you the shitty, the shitty things and when I say shitty, like just bad performance or bad track or a bad, recording or whatever it is, you better have those motherfuckers too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that I didn't have as a youngin'. And then, I joined up. I got in the Toledo scene. That helped me out big time. Because I was in a small scene. I don't know if you're familiar with like Adrian, Michigan. They really don't even have a scene anymore. All their venues shut down and kind of sucks. I liked Adrian, don't get me wrong. But I didn't have the guidance. I didn't have the guidance there. You get around Toledo artists and you're hearing more quality stuff because there's a lot more artists out there. They had a good thing going. They had the old Gucci Mane sound of their stuff. I remember all that when that was hot. But they kind of led me in my own direction though, and carved me by simply telling me like, hey, you need to learn to flow better. This just ain't sounding right. Here's kind of a how to chop it up.
Yeah.
And I had a dude that kind of mentored me into that. He passed away, I think 10 years ago, earlier this month. But he kind of mentored me into that. Like, hey, you just need to flow a little bit better. Like, just let it flow and write shit that's true to you. And that's led me here.
Absolutely. And for the young artists or those up and coming or wanting to up and come, no pun intended at all. If you're not willing to take like positive criticism and allow people to help you and coach you that have been doing it for a minute,
right?
You probably shouldn't even fuck with this shit,
right?
Because you always have to be willing to learn and adapt, and that is just a healthy cycle as an artist or even as an entrepreneur. Is you learn and you adapt, you learn and grow, you learn, because as soon as you stop growing, you're dying, right? You might as well hang the cleats up or hang the gloves up or hang the mic up, whatever it is, because that's a sign of somebody that actually doesn't want to get better.
Right. Yeah. You can't get mad at constructive criticism. Now, if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, dude, you suck, like, just give it up, kill yourself. I've heard that before. Just because my music wasn't so hot at the time, like, kill yourself, bro. That's fucking garbage.
Yeah,
that's different.
let that shit fly. Those are just haters. Those are just haters. And most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, those are the people that don't have the kahunas to actually get in front of a crowd, to get in front of people and do what you do. And the reason they're doing that is because you're doing what they want to do, but they're so terrified and they're so scared to actually do it that they get off on shooting those shots, right? Where it's like, I'm going to see if I can, verbally, or psychologically cripple or handicap this person because they're doing what I want to do. And I wish I had the oomph to do that. So those type of people, fuck them.
Yep, absolutely. But the people giving you constructive criticism, because I get asked this a lot. I'm kind of known for my performance, kind of bouncing all over, and getting older now. It hurts. Don't get me wrong, but I can't move like I was like I did when I was 18. But the people who come up to you and when you ask, I hate being asked, like, "Hey, what do you think of the performance?" And then like I'll say, "Hey, man, it was great," but they don't like that, but at all. They don't like that. And the thing is, you got to adapt to it because some people are here to try to make you better.
Well, and the only thing I would, because the word "but" in the English language, as far as the dictionary is concerned, the word "but" is typically the English eraser, right? It's you were great, but so that erased everything you just said. If anything, I would suggest or recommend any of us that people are coming to for advice to say it was great, like you did this well. Now that said, that way you put a period or an exclamation mark on this was great, this was dope, this was whatever. Now that said, because but means I just erased everything that I complimented. Now I'm just going to tell you how shitty you are, right? So it's again just because it's psychological, right? And now they know that you were actually in tune and listening. So that was great, that was dope, this was sick. That said, here's what I'd recommend you work on, because now you've given them validation that this part of their performance or this part of the album or this track, whatever, was dope.
Right.
And now, that being said, now I'm also going to critique you, and I'm going to give you the criticisms that are deserved, right? And based on my hearing it or watching it or whatever. So that'd be the only thing, very minor thing, is just if we're coaching or mentoring others, to make sure that psychologically we're not fucking them up, because that word "but" can be the eraser where they're like, oh, now this motherfucker's just hating.
You're grilling me. Yeah, I can see that. I've never thought about it that way, personally. It does get annoying though, and people ask, what you think. Like, I guess even like somebody sending a song.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this? And I'll tell them, the mixing needs a little bit of work, or your volumes are too high. Well, man, I had this professionally mixed. Your volumes are too high. I don't know what to tell you. Like, do you want me personally, as an artist who's been at it 17, 18 years now? I like when people tell me what's wrong.
Hell yeah.
I love it when I send somebody, especially Biokillers are really good at it. Saint, shout out to Saint. He's improved my mixing by doing this. He'll be like, hey man, you need to adjust your EQs. That's not good. I like hearing that. And you're going to like hearing that too, when you send, every track that you have to your friends, and they're like, yeah, dude, that's sweet.
Yeah. And going to the DJ part of this now with, especially with a lot of the new technology that's coming out, like with a lot of the stem work, where live I can, while I'm DJing, I can start stemming, right? Mm-hmm. If your EQs aren't on point, if your mastering isn't on point, there could be, probably will be certain mixes that I can't include your track, because when I go to stem it out to, whether it's transitions, or maybe your verse, let's think of an example. Let's say it's you have a verse that if I just take your vocals and I think of like Clips grinding, right? Grinding, and I strip their lyrics out, I stem that out, and now I overlay your verse on that, again, for a club dynamic, a club scene. If your EQs aren't on point, now I can't do that mix. Now I got to go straight back to the Clips grinding, instead of putting your verse on there and giving you love and giving you a shout out, and people like, oh my God, that was nasty. And then I can turn them on to the actual track and the actual artist. But again, if the basics aren't covered, with the EQing, the mastering, I can't even have fun with it. Right. I can't even play with it as a DJ.
Right. Yep, that's essential. And like having those friends, like you said earlier, having those friends, or that even business partners that tell you, hey, this isn't good. Don't take it to heart. Don't get bitter, get better. That's something I've always learned. Don't get bitter, get better. And you're gonna have your haters. You suck. Go kill yourself. Da 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 da. You're always gonna have those. I guarantee that. I guarantee Tupac had those. Like, I'm sure he did. Like.
And I would say if you don't, you ain't doing it right.
Yep.
If you don't, if point blank, if you don't have cocksuckers like that, whether it's in person, or behind the curtain, or in your messages, your DMs, or whatever, If you don't have 1, 2, 3, or maybe more, you ain't doing something right.
Right. Right. That's definitely showing. Like, even some of the established artists around here get hate.
Yeah.
Like real established art. I see people hating on Biokillers. It's like, dude, Biokillers are fucking sweet. That's like my favorite local group. Like product placement. That's one of my favorite local groups, and just how well they blend and no backtrack. There's another tip to add in there. I'm working on that myself. No backtrack. That's huge. But just they're impressive. They're a group that I would pay to see over some major acts. But they get that hate, and that's not a bad thing.
No,
But definitely there. I don't feel like there's really a gray area between the hating and the criticism. It's pretty black and white.
And I think you can pretty easily sniff out the separation of the two, right? Because the constructive criticism or the positive criticism, it's I'm going to praise you and show love for where you're killing it, right? And where you're doing amazing, and like, this is badass, right? That said, here are the things that I noticed that if I didn't know you and someone just threw this track in front of me, these are the things that I would critique, right? And these are the things that maybe I would say to reconsider or massage this, or whatever. Those are the people that actually care. The motherfuckers that are like what you're talking about, where it's like, fuck you, you suck, die, go kill yourself, go jump up. Those motherfuckers do not have any of your best interest in mind. So you know what you tell them to do? Go fuck themselves. In 2023, there's block, there's mute, there's all that on social media. Just keep that negativity out and let them find somebody else to talk shit to, because they will, because misery loves company. They will find that motherfucker.
Yep, absolutely. And you brought up earlier, it kind of leads into the next question. Also, you're basically mastering my questions before I ask them. You mentioned like the new technology for DJs and artists alike. You've seen like the Drake and Weekend AI track come out. For DJs, you guys can stem out tracks right there. That didn't used to be a thing, man. That was like, rocket science back in the day. What do you feel like the benefits are of AI technology for DJs and artists, and technology in general? And what do you think are the downsides?
I'll start with the downside, because I DJ and I also, write and produce my own shit. The negative to it, or the downside to it, is people can now manipulate the quote unquote system or the process until we figure all this shit out, right? To use other people's likeness. So when I say their likeness, their voice, their cadence, their exact words, and then monetize that, and we have to we have to figure that part of it out, right? Because that's not okay with me as a DJ and as an artist. That's not okay with me. The credit, the dollars, all that needs to go to the person responsible for actually creating, right? And their likeness, getting the credit, that it's earned or that it deserves. The fun part, the exciting part, especially for the DJs or producers that are trying to use it with integrity and with honesty, and giving shout outs and giving love, where like, say I use those stems and I do a mashup, like one of the ones that the most recently I've been working on, this is like a one-off thing, just like an EDM type mix that I did, was Britney Spears Toxic and Elvis Presley Viva Las Vegas.
Ooh.
And of course, these are two voices everyone knows, right? But I'm always going to shout that out, because it's not like I didn't write any of that shit.
Right.
I just put, I put an EDM track in there and mixed that shit up and made sense, and it's pretty badass. If for those that enjoy EDM, mixes, it's pretty badass. But I still give the shout out to the artists, that were involved in it. And I think that's what's critical is as DJs, like, let's have fun with this shit, man. Like, a lot of this shit's brand new, where whether we're live at a concert or, I DJ a lot of times on our YouTube channel live, and I can do that in a live stream and strip down the stems and take I just did one last night. I remember what the artists were now, but it was like I mean, it was a perfect mix, but two, like a beat and an artist, that their verses and their hook that matched so perfectly together. We were not able to do that live 5 years ago.
Right. And I remember back in the day, like John Phenomenon, who I worked with a lot back in Toledo, putting in the CDs and stuff, man. It's came.
Oh God.
Literally.
That was a night, bro. That was one of the reasons that I shied away from DJing, was that whole CD thing, because I was like, nah, I'd just rather sit back here and produce beats.
Right.
Rather than trying to mix and match, and there was no cue points. And I know the same thing for vinyl, but for whatever reason, vinyl seemed more simple to me than the CD mixing. But now with the controllers we have now, there's so many amazing things that we can do as DJs. If you're doing your homework, if you're practicing, because practice makes permanent. You got to put, if you want to be, I won't even say amazing. If you want to be a DJ worth your salt, you still have to practice, period.
Right. One thing I do want to mention, like AI, I messed around with the AI stuff. I think I might have, I don't know who all I sent that to. It was a Juice World voice on a hook of mine. And now with, I'm sure, like the pre what is it? The unexclusive verses that producers are selling. You had the Stevie Stone pack. You had a shit ton of packs. I just saw a Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne pack. We're gonna have 180,000 rappers with Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne on their song now. That makes me nervous about that.
Yeah. That part of it. Well, so before all this really popped off, like recently with the AI shit and the stems and all that, I found something on Apple Music, and at the time I was like, first of all, I don't fucking like this. This is very misleading. And again, before this popped off, and what it was there was this artist, I don't remember where he's from, and I don't even know through Apple and fucking Spotify and Amazon how this shit even got approved, because we all know we have to go through that approval process and yada yada yada. It was literally his name, the track featuring Post Malone.
What the fuck?
Featuring Post Malone. I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is a new cat, kind of like Tyler Yahweh, or what's the name of the other guy that is on his team. I can't remember his name now, but maybe this is a new up and comer that Post has on the team, right?
Right.
So I listened to it, and as soon as the dude started to rap / sing, whatever the fuck he wanted to call it, I was like, there's no way Post Malone is on this song. There's no fucking way. So I let it ride through the whole thing. Post was never on there. Post was never on the damn track. And that was one of those things where I was like, well, hold on. Because now I'm watching it, and like there's it wasn't on YouTube, like there's all these views or whatever, and I'm like, he's literally using the name, the name. We're not even talking about the voices yet. He's using the name to prop his shit up, and to me that's like super lazy, right? In my opinion, where there's ones like you and myself and all the Ernie and Case and all the other ones that we fuck with, that like, we're not doing that shit. That's slimy, bro. But now you were talking about is now you and I could do a collab. We do the verses, but all of a sudden, we have Snoop or Eminem or Wayne, or whoever you want to throw in there, they're doing the hook. Now we literally it appears that we're fucking working with these people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, and that's bullshit.
Yeah. It's annoying too, because I see a lot of people like, yeah, man, my dude, the one big one I think was Dizzy. I'm a big Funk Volume fan, but there's a dude. It bugs me on Facebook, and I really want to be that dick to be like, dude, that's a feature pack. I appreciate the ones who are honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a track with Dizzy, right? Yeah, you do. But when you're like, yeah, man, me and Dizzy, we recorded in the studio, Saturday night. Bro, why do 5 million other artists have the verse that you recorded with Dizzy on Saturday? You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah. Ritz, that was another one, man. And dude just kind of flexed it. And I wanted to be that dick, but I'm like, man, I don't want no drama. I'm good. I'm not going to be that guy.
Well, to me, again, that's laziness, right? That's what that equals to me, because it's like either do the work, grind time, hustle, and put yourself in the positions to where maybe you can get in, put yourself or find yourself in a position to maybe have someone like that on your track, but don't front, bro. Don't be like you said, oh man, recorded this track, me and bro, we were in the studio for like 4 hours, cooking this shit up. But like you said, but dude, I heard it on like 8 other tracks.
Yeah. Like I see the exposure part of it. I'm not one to really pick up those and do them, but I see the exposure part of it. That's the positive side of shit. I see the exposure part of it, but at the same time, you don't know that motherfucker.
You were not in the studio cooking shit up for 4 hours. Like, stop it.
No, you were in the studio after you bought that $60 pack and got that verse.
You were in your home studio all by yourself.
Yeah. We got DJ Chance in here. We're gonna catch you up, and we'll just do some panel discussion as we go down. And we've been discussing here for a minute. We're talking about artists and DJ relationships, and we just got off the topic of AI, so we'll start with that. I'm sure you know about all the AI shit. I think I saw you post.
No, I don't.
No?
Oh shit.
I know about it, but I've been listening the whole time. I was driving home. I know about it, but I don't pay no attention to it because it's.
I will give you I can show you guys an example. I think I got it loaded. Okay.
No, I've heard that Weeknd and Drake song. I heard that. I heard Kanye.
This is something that I could do from my home studio, and this is a hook of mine that I found an AI for. I kind of want to hear your opinion after this of the advantages and disadvantages. I'll play it.
Like you use the AI, and it's not you, but the AI is supposed to be you. Is that what you're saying?
The AI is Juice WRLD on this track. The AI voice.
Oh,
this is my hook though, and I'll play it for you real quick. It's not copyrighted or nothing, but this is kind of to anybody listening at home too that may not understand what it is. This is actually me singing the hook, but I put it with a Juice WRLD AI. This is very realistic.
Once again, I'm on a stage, but it just don't feel the same. Another town, another drive, people hearing my name, but no matter who's in front of me.
You get the gist of it,
bro. Before I say anything, DJ Chance, I'm Oz. Great to meet you, man. Good to be on screen with you. But that shit, that's why I said that shit's. It's dope that we have that technology, right? That's dope. Like, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
But then the laziness comes in, and people don't want to put in the hard work. They just want to, oh, well, I can have this AI, and all of a sudden I'm doing a track with my favorite artist ever, right?
Right.
No, you didn't.
Well, I could say I mean, they can lie all they want to, but we know they're going to be lying. I think the problem that's going to be is with the people that actually, the record labels that actually can do that. And like you said, say 21 Savage got a date where they want him to release an album in June. and he can't because he's sick or he's deported. Now, who was he signed to? I think Empire or Republic or whatever. They can. All right, well, you only got 8 songs. We need 14. We'll do the other 6 AI. Boom.
Without you.
And they, what are you gonna say? He signed to them.
I was about to say, and you can't say shit or do shit because you're under contract.
Nope.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yep. So now we're getting played.
Yep.
Yeah. It makes you wonder though, like even with interviews and shit. I mean, you don't even have to. I could interview. It could sound like I'm interviewing Lil Wayne from home.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's a whole nother. Yeah. Like, literally, I could after this stream, I go to our YouTube channel and say, "Hey guys, tonight I'm interviewing, like you said, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome Lil Wayne. You know, and we can talk all night, and I'm talking to Lil Wayne when it's actually me answering the questions.
You're gonna get 200K views.
Yeah, easily. You're gonna blow your YouTube.
They're gonna find out. They're gonna find out that it's fake, but you just got 200K views.
Yeah, to the general public though, they don't know.
Right.
They don't know no better.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
what really makes this like crazy is your average listener, right? We're all part of the industry, whether it's local, regional level, national level, like we're part of it. But most of the listeners, they're not hip to the technology. Like they don't know what DJs can or can't do, just left alone. They don't know what AI means when we're talking about this, like lyrically, or like we talk about with interviews. They don't know the difference. They're not keeping up to speed the way we do because we're in the forest, right? We're in the forest.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah. It's there's gonna be a lot of conflicts with it. I could already tell that.
I don't think it's gonna last that long. I mean,
no.
Like I said, like people are already kind of catching on to it, but like you can't. It's gonna get taken down. You can't even play 7 seconds of a song on YouTube without it getting taken down. So I mean,
yeah, I did hear something. I want to say it was 2 days ago in regards to the Drake and Weeknd song that I don't remember what.
That song's fire.
Oh,
like fire.
Oh, yeah, it's dope. Don't get me wrong.
Like it literally could have won #1. Like dead serious.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was federal level or state level, but there was already a judge that passed down a judgment that like against it. Like this is bullshit. You have to pay Drake. You have to pay The Weeknd. This is not your voice. This was not your track, and they were not a part of this. They did not sign off on this. So judges are already, ruling in the artist's favor.
Right. That's a good thing. Honestly, that's a good thing at the end of the day. So I don't know how I would act. Somebody gets like a Cody AI if I ever blow up. I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
My thing is, okay, cool. They're taking care of the AI because people can make songs, whatever the likeness.
Right.
Why don't they do something about us not be able to play song? I can't live stream on YouTube. I mean, now you kind of can, but you got to pay the company. Why can't they do something about us putting songs in Facebook, our lives, YouTube, Instagram, and none of that? Why everything got to get taken immediately unless we're Speed or Kai Cenat or something like that?
Bro,
why?
Bro, please, if you ever find an answer to that question, let me fucking know, please, because that shit irritates me. That shit irritates
like
dog shit out of me. And I've literally emailed, YouTube support or whatever it was. I don't even know. I've lost count at this point. How many times I'm like, look, I demonetize these streams. I'm not trying to make money on these streams. This is for fun. And it's also for me personally for practice. I'm not doing this for gain. So why are you penalizing, me and our channel for doing fun shit that I'm not costing anybody money?
How am I making money off of playing a song? Literally, I'm not.
And you're a DJ. Most times I don't even play the entire track.
Thank you.
I play through, a verse and a hook, or a hook and a verse, and then I transition. Like the whole fucking track doesn't even get played.
Literally, I don't like when they started doing that. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm getting videos, I'm getting strikes on my channel. I don't even post stuff no more. All I do is post video game clips and have songs on it. I'm getting strikes from my channel that I've had since I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, dude,
That was half my life ago. That was literally half my life ago.
Even the podcast here, we play those like pregame videos from 9:30 to 10. We've done that for a while.
Yeah.
And we've had artists do covers and do like videos to them or whatever. So I got to go through like everything that's submitted now. Because we've had it to where we've been muted on Facebook.
That's crazy.
Our whole cast.
They'll mute the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep.
You won't have no idea until you go and like, what is going on?
Yeah, why do I have 0 viewers? This whole fucking, you know what I'm saying? Or all my viewers are from like Twitch or YouTube.
Yep.
And then I get this like copyright block sort of ordeal. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Once you get that, you shadow ban.
Yep.
Yeah, from the DJ aspect, and Chance, I don't know what your bag is, but the one thing I found, so if I'd say my bag as far as a DJ, I love mashups and mixing dance or like EDM with hip hop. And what I found is if I do like 2 or 3 of those in a row and then go into just like straight hip hop tracks and transition those after a verse and a hook or maybe 2 hooks to go to the next one, and then bring back those EDM beats, because it's all about the algorithm, right? That's the only defeater I've found for YouTube as far as DJs are concerned is fucking it up with dance beats, EDM beats.
Yep. Changing the tone, all that, speeding it up.
Yep.
That works, but that's because you do EDM. Now you get somebody that just doesn't do EDM. Every other genre is pretty much, they're screwed.
Oh, I agree. Because
they're screwed.
Anytime I've done a night where I don't do EDM and it's just straight me mixing like just straight hip hop, something bad happens.
Yep.
Something bad happens.
You can't even. I forgot what. You can't even do instrumentals. Companies are starting to claim instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do instrumentals.
Yep.
Especially 90s hip hop instrumentals. You can't do any of them. They're gonna.
Oh,
it's going to say copyrighted Capitol Records off an instrumental.
Yeah, this is recent experience. Anything Dr. Dre,
immediate.
Don't. What was that? That video.
Don't even say his name.
Viral a few years ago. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about that. Shit's getting either flagged, banned, taken down, muted. You don't fuck with Dre.
Really?
Here's my question. You guys are both DJs. Because usually as DJs, you pay the ASCAP BMI fee. Where does that come with the legal side of stuff of them banning you for that?
No.
It don't pertain?
I'll say there's a couple like popular DJs I listen to, like they just make mixes. Like I said, if you're not up there and you're not like you have enough money to give revenue to these companies and YouTube while you're making money, like the dude named DJ Shinsky, he's a black dude. He does he does reggae, 90s, hip hop, clean mixes. I like play his stuff when I'm just somewhere or I'm working or whatever. They don't care about him because he's making them money. He's getting 2 million, 3 million, 11 million views on hour-and-a-half mixes playing music that should be demonetized within 5 seconds. They don't care about him though. Right. Me and anybody else, no, it's not happening.
So that don't play a factor at all. Like the licensing don't come in.
Wow. Hell no, not for us.
So you pay that fee and you just get banned on shit.
Yes.
That's a hefty fee too, from what I heard. I'm not sure, but
that's why I don't pay that fee no more.
Yeah, there's no reason. He's right. There's literally no reason to pay it.
Okay. Yeah, they don't
just
crack
give him
down.
money.
It's mostly bars that they crack down on for that type of stuff because they're supposed to have it.
Yeah, that's why I don't fucks with it.
I'm just an artist, so I just got questions. I have no.
Yeah, no, they don't. Like he said, it's useless because during the pandemic it kind of helped, but a lot of us were at home, so a lot of us were doing the Twitch at home and streaming. But when they caught on, because that shit was really lucrative, very lucrative. Once they caught on to all the DJs making money at home on Twitch streaming, that's when they started really cracking down on that. Like it's done.
That's some shit, man.
It was very lucrative, but you had to catch it in the beginning.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you now that you joined. We can kind of turn these into panel discussion questions. I'm gonna try to limit it to about midnight tonight. But I started off with Oz, and we could all discuss this because Oz had a really valid answer to this. But the number one question in every artist's mind when they have a new banger, you went to studio, you feel good about it. You're going to the club, you're gonna take your flash drive, whatever the hell you got. Hopefully you don't bring a cassette because I'd be the one to do that just to troll your guys. But say I'm a new artist, I got some dope tunes I put together, and I want them played in the club. I see you DJing the night that I step out. What's the best way to approach you about playing that?
Have $50 or more, or $50 or more.
Oh shit!
I'm literally not joking.
Yeah. Do you give it a listen though before you play it?
No.
No. Like how does that?
If you're coming to me, see what I this is what I tell local artists all the time. I get it. You think you're the greatest. Nobody's ever heard you. I've heard this a million times, bro. I think the same about myself. Get in line. Before I broke even in DJing and making any money, I had to spend $8,000 to $10,000 before I even made any kind of money in breaking even. That's gas, travel, doing stuff for free, doing stuff for way cheap, paying for equipment, all of that. So, sorry, artists, but you have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's how that works. If you come to me, man, I got this song, bro. Okay, and you see all these people out on this dance floor dancing, right? To music that we all know. And then now I'm about to play Pookie or Ray Ray from the North.
He said Pookie.
What are we doing here? Like, what are we? It's midnight. I'm not doing it. 50 or more. I'm not doing it, bro.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
From that perspective, I see that. How do you feel?
Because a lot of artists that don't, especially Toledo is so it's so a great spot because it's a big little city. People don't understand this. Grew up out here all their life, and that's artists here. They don't understand that how the big cities work. And he could probably attest to this. You are not going to any club in Atlanta, LA, or anything, and a DJ's playing your song without $200, $300. It's not happening. They might not even do it with that. Yeah. They need to know who you are. It's not happening. The Migos, that's one of the only artists that I really kind of know that told the story. They said they had to go in Magic City, the strip club down there. And every Monday they would pay DJ Esco, that's Future's DJ, to play their music. They would pay him.
Right.
So they can hear their songs. Of course, they got hot, but that's Atlanta. It can get hot in Atlanta.
Right.
You have to pay to play. Everybody does in anything in life. I'm sorry that if you don't like it, then like I heard him say earlier, this might not be the work for you, man. This might not be it.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about that? Like $50. I mean, you might ruin the vibe, but I'm getting paid for it.
Well, and that's where I think each DJ, just like every artist, each DJ is going to be different. Maybe have a different perspective on this. So, for me, when I'm in that moment, when somebody's coming up to the DJ table, like, hey, will you play this? Blah 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 blah. Whatever. This shit's hot. I'm so focused on the room I'm in front of right now. I don't give a shit about your music right then. So
thank you, bro.
I'm not even going to ask you for the 50. I'm going to say if you have a business card and your thumb drive, give me that, and later I will listen to it. Right. And if I feel that it's worthy of spinning, I'll hit you back. And let you know. And from there, maybe there's business conversations. But my job, my responsibility in that moment is fucking rocking that room. Right. And I'm not worried about the bullshit on your thumb drive until later.
Right.
Really.
And I forgot to mention, I always used to mention on the podcast, it was kind of like a disclosure before. There's no right and wrong answers here. So
no, I feel them though. Like, a lot of people don't understand that, especially when people get lit and drunk and all that. Like, I hear you. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to please the majority. If you don't like it or you don't want to join the majority, then I promise you there are other bars in this city. You can go somewhere else. Nobody's stopping you.
Right.
I'm not here to please you, and you're not even paying me. So if the owner, the person that is the venue or whoever's throwing this is paying me to do something, they expect me. They don't care how, they don't care why. They expect everybody to be spending money at the bar and be on the dance floor. If I play Pookie from the North, everybody's like looking at me like. Now the owner's gonna look at me.
Who's Pookie? DJ Chance? Who's Pookie?
That's what I'm saying. Who the hell is this? And you guys, he already knows the worst thing you want to hear as a DJ is, what is this?
Yeah.
That is one of the. If you hear that, it ain't nobody's fault but yours.
Chance, now that you said the thing about the $50, I'm about to bring you some heartfelt shit and have you play that in the club, motherfucker. At midnight on the dot, I am walking in that door.
But
like, hey man, play one of my sad songs. Fuck this shit.
But like he said though, if he listens to it, like so 50, like I'm gonna play it right. But I've had dudes that come up to me, give me the money, not even give me 50. I just kind of want to gauge you and see like if you willing to do it. If he came back and said, bro, I only got 30, bet I got you. I'll play it. I'll shout you out. I'll give you the mic. You could do a little talking. I'll play it. I'll speed it up so it ain't the same speed, whatever, a little faster. And next time I see you, I'm probably gonna spin it without you asking me.
Right.
Because now we got a working relationship. You're using me and I'm using you. I mean, that's a good one.
Right. And from the artist standpoint, I can say like coming up in the Toledo scene, I don't know about Indiana too much. I just got out there. But from the Toledo scene, I could say like back in the day, it was a common thing to give the DJ your CD and be like, hey man, can you play this? They would. And I think that's kind of an old school approach at this point though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's something that people latched onto, and they're still latched onto that. And there's a whole different way of going about it. And there's such thing that I want to mention called record pools. Get your songs in record pools. That's where the DJs go.
Yep.
We don't, and like you said, I think people are like stuck on that, and I don't know why 21, 23-year-olds are stuck on this because they weren't even alive. We don't break records.
Not like it used to be.
We haven't broke records since 2002, since Bling Bling. we don't break records no more. We just play them. A DJ cannot break a record. That's not how that works. You got still Twitter. Who?
I could tell you Nerve DJs. I could attest to that, but that's the only one I can name that's really credible.
Right.
Right now, getting your shit in record pools, like being in radio for a second, we used a record pool. And like seeing some of the artists from the area, even from this area, that had their songs in there. It's like, yeah, they know what they're doing.
Right. But that's them doing the work. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's too much. It's too much nowadays. You don't need me. I promise. I'm the last person you need to worry about.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. If you're hanging on to DJs just spinning your shit at random clubs, you're lost, bruh.
Yeah.
Because social media, and there's this thing called the interwebs that is so much more influential and so much more powerful that you have such a larger platform than just DJ Chance and DJ Oz spinning your shit at local clubs. Like if you're depending on us or others like us to help you to pop off, you missed the boat, bruh.
Yeah.
You missed the goddamn boat.
And that's the difference between 2008 and 2023.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I also want to say that does not mean if under the scenario that I already shared, that you hit me up, you have a card or whatever, and you have an MP3 or sorry, not an MP3, a thumb drive with an MP3 on there. I only want one. I want your hottest shit. Don't give me 10 tracks. I'm not listening to all 10 tracks.
Oh my God.
Give me your hottest shit. I want one track. And if it's worthy, I'll hit you back. You'll be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna spin it one time. And I will give you the honest feedback, whether the crowd was hyped, whether they're feeling it. And from there, we can talk. We can talk, and how much I can help you, how much you can help me, kind of like what Chance was saying. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, type of shit. But also don't get butthurt if you then reach out to me and I'm like, nah, that shit's trash, bro. Like you could probably do better. You could probably do better. You have gassed yourself up on this track,
or the people around you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yep.
We'll bring this up for panel discussion. We'll bring this up for panel discussion too. I asked Oz earlier, like you said, you was tuned in. But what's your biggest pet peeve when you're DJing a show about like performers or anything from that matter? And what is something an artist can do to get on your bad side instantly?
Me?
Yeah.
When I'm DJing and I'm working, I'm hired. At your day job, you can't do drugs and work.
Damn. And I've seen this. I could vouch. I've seen this in the Toledo scene. Somebody looking like, got their mouth all.
So if I can't do it, and I'm respecting that, there's occasions like when my mom had her birthday. I would never drink in front of my mom, but when my mom had her birthday and I was DJing at JMO's and my family came, like if I wanted to take a shot that night, it'll be one because it's my mom's birthday or my friend's birthday. But other than that, I'm DJing and I'm working, right? So if I'm here coherent, might be a little tired, but I'm here and coherent. The artist needs to be the same way. I don't need you coming up to me drunk, lit. What's this? We play my son bro.
That's when those set lists get fucked up too, like Oz was saying earlier. It's mostly somebody who just gets over intoxicated. I used to be one of those. Get overly intoxicated. You're stumbling around
because you're nervous. Because they're shy. Most artists, and you probably know this. Well, you've been doing this for a while, Cody. So
yeah.
But when you first started, like they make music. This is what they do, and I've noticed this. They make music at home. They're in the studio with maybe one or two people. They're always writing, and they finally get in front of a crowd. You have no practice. You're nervous, so you start drinking because you're nervous.
Right.
And now we have an issue, bro. You need to get in front of people more. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
and beyond like drinking, the heavy drug use too. I've seen that a lot, dude. People who can't even stand. And then they're pissed off at the DJ. They're pissed off at the club owner at the end of the night. They're walking out all big and bad. It's like, bro, you just did a bump. You did a few too many bumps. What the fuck you doing?
Like, how are you supposed to be taken serious if last time I seen you were drunk and security had to carry you out when you just performed?
Yeah. I've seen
or
that.
You gave me an attitude. Or you gave me an attitude.
I've seen that in three different aspects. I've seen that from the artist side. I've seen DJs do it. I've seen promoters do it. I've seen promoters passed out, bro.
So unprofessional.
Passed out, not even running the show. Like that's one of my big things as a promoter is like, I don't drink on the job. You got to run this show.
Thank you.
You pass out. If you do it, know your limit and stop.
And that's where I was going to jump in because, again, every individual is going to have their own boundaries or limitations, whatever that they operate within.
Right.
I know for me, like, of course, I can DJ sober and like we can get it in, right? But give me enough where I have a little buzz and I turn into an animal, right? But that's me. That's me. But I don't.
But you know when to stop.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I don't go overboard. You're never going to find me like leaning over my table and
oh my God. How many times I've seen that dude? Oh my God.
And that's what I'm saying. I've never been that dude. Will never be that dude. But I know what I hit a certain point and I'm in my zone, right? I'm in my goddamn zone. But that's for me. That's not for everybody.
Right.
And to what you said, whether it's artists or DJs, promoters, whatever, but especially the artists and the DJs, if you don't know your goddamn limit, that means you probably need to quit it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even have one. You shouldn't even have one.
Or just take a break. Take a break from it and figure out that limit. And
exactly.
See, that's what I did. Like I'm not completely sober. I'll have one or two beers nowadays. But I realized I had a problem. And I've noticed business has picked up. So I could tell, just as an artist myself, that when you're on stage trashed, you don't take your business seriously. So why would I fuck with you?
Thank you.
Trashed. Yeah, you're never going to find me behind my tables trashed.
Right.
Never. I know my limit. I know when I'm in my zone, and that's it. Like that's the end of it. Unfortunately, a lot of folks aren't responsible enough or mature enough to say, okay, I've hit my limit. I know I'm in my zone, and stop there. It's no. Let's turn all the way up.
But Oz, you know why though, right? You know why though, right? Because we drink for free. That's why.
No, artists are especially bad at that though. And then like I think honestly some of those artists that I see on stage could do their shit with no backtrack, but they don't because they know they're gonna get fucked up. And I think like especially with my age range where drinking and drugs and all that shit was encouraged, they think their fucking favorite superstar, you know what I'm saying? The person they listen to most, their biggest influence, who raps about that shit, it's all fucked up on stage. When a lot of those guys are fucking clean sober. They'll have a couple drinks before the show. You know, I've gotten to hang with people out backstage at Frankie's. Of course, there were the riffraffs doing lines.
Weed, that's it. Weed is all, really.
There were like the riffraff instances where he's doing lines off the fucking table.
Oh,
and shit
hell
like
no.
that. Nobody really takes it too seriously, though. But like any other performer, you know, they have their drinking songs and shit. Chris Webby's one of them. He'll have a drink before he goes on. A drink when he gets off, leaves. Business at the end of the day.
Right.
So that shows me from artist to artist, you don't take your business seriously. And I've seen so much progression from slowing down on that shit. But you'll have the same artist, 5 years from now. Why isn't nobody into this? Why haven't I blown up yet? Evaluate yourself.
Look in the goddamn mirror.
Yep. It's not the people. When you make an ass of yourself, people remember that. People remember that one bad time over 1,000 good times.
Yeah. It's just, that's my biggest pet peeve is annoyance. That's it. Just.
Yeah, don't be annoying.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even though, like, we've been doing this a while and, DJing and we can kind of multitask, at the end of the day, I don't care if you're Steve Aoki, bro, you're only a human, okay? We can't multitask. Like, hold on, wait.
Right.
I'm doing 6 things at once. I can't do 8.
Right, and that's before. I don't know how long you've been listening, but I talked like I'm musically speaking, I can multitask better musically than I can any other facet of my life.
Yeah.
To what you just said, I'm ADHD as fuck. Don't ask me to multitask because then I'm like, what did you just ask me? Hold on.
I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah.
No, seriously though.
No, that's just what happened. Was it last week or the week before? We were in Elkhart, and that's exactly what happened. It was like, no, now I'm getting shitty. Now I'm not having fun. And when the DJ stops having fun, everybody stops having fun.
Exactly.
And it did. It ended. Yeah, I won't go into the whole story, but it ended in a shit show because again, there were a certain couple of folks in the
intoxicated
that maybe couldn't have handled their liquor, and as the DJ, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make myself look like the asshat right now because y'all can't handle your shit, right? So yeah, it comes down well to what we talked about earlier. Common sense is not always common practice. And common sense is knowing your limit. And if you actually approach this and address this as a business, you're not going to act that way. You're not going to. Well, I think you said it, Chance. You're not going to, if you have a 9-to-5 job, you're not going to show up to your 9-to-5 shit-faced drunk, right? You're not going to show up all zooted out on the coca. Right, you're not going to do that, right? Unless you just don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Literally. Exactly.
Before we conclude the night, do you guys want to do a video review real quick? We usually do one per show, and then we'll do our little sign-offs.
Yep.
You guys down to stick around for that?
Let's get it. I got like another 15, 20 minutes.
Hell yeah. I tried to get it done by 12 tonight. It always goes over, though. We have fun here. But yeah, what we do for video reviews here, and it's gonna be good. So we got 2 DJs and a video that just dropped today. We do a 1 through 10, 10 being the best. And then give pros and cons about the video, the song, everything about it. Today we have Shallow Grave. It's called Scumbag. Check it out.
Let's get it.
I think this medicine still doesn't help. Maybe it's time to go back to my old ways. Although not most days I don't feel well. Keep another patch on my skin, dirty meals in a week. It's amazing what I haven't felt. Wanna die slowly. I'm only stopping this OD by keeping my arm in a bell. What? I was born only to die in a solitary confinement. I'm in a cage. Go and take a sip of my blood if you wanna taste. Take another needle directly into the vein. Start another ride. My family went insane. Killing them inside to watch my body degrade. Maybe they'll find peace when I finally see the grave. I can only hope, so I'm feeling so ashamed. Yeah, fuck. I am so tired of feeling this tired. I'm constantly searching for energy, and yet I need downers to keep us so grounded. And I know those sound contradictory. I give no fucks. You wanna give up when you see me? Just keep that same energy, and know that I keep me a banger. The only thing you finna see on my belt is my
said it's time to lay low. I know I'm unstable in a fable, and I'm unable to make do, and still gotta pay dues. So motherfuck you. Came for the bankroll, breaking a halo. If we say no, robbing the store with some plain clothes with a gate show. Can't go with no payload. I gotta make dough. Come for me when I'm twisting the end up. When I midst of the thick smoke, 10 hoes on my dick, not one get an inch. Got a bitch cause I said so. Look at my wrist, how I still got that drip from those slits. When I'm done on my luck, still don't give a fuck. Still fucking these sluts, trying to figure out which is the bitches I lust. Cause I still got no love. Grave really fucked up. In the head what I said, folks filled with disgust. Young bummers untouched, young with the hard drugs, I'm really on one. Sober as fuck for like over 12 months. I was joking, I'm back off the junk. Not even the subs, but I've been reminiscing about a gun.
So before we get to the reviews, I do want to mention to you guys, I have to mention this one more time for sponsorship's sake. StubHub, if you're using StubHub, use Cody Vibes as a discount code up on checkout. And yeah, you get a discount and you support the show. All right, back to the panel. Video review. Oz, what do you think? 1 out of 10, pros and cons.
Hold on, I got to pour a drink after that.
No 7.
A what?
Can't use a 7. Everybody does 7. No 7s.
So are we talking? So we can agree to terms here. When you're asking me for the video, are we talking about just the video, or are we talking about?
Let's start with video.
Track.
The video, the track, pros and cons of everything about what you just saw.
The video made me falsely feel like I was on a hallucinogen. And I'm not. So that's the number one problem.
and I'm not. I'm actually very sober.
Yeah, I've not had a hallucinogen in a minute. I'm going to be brutal here because again we talked about feedback, right? So the The first guy needs to do dubs or overtakes for like horror movies, but not rap. Like, don't rap. That's not your bag, bro. The second guy, you either need to go solo or you need to fuck with some other guys that are lyrically suited to fit you and rock with you, because like his rhyming and rhythmic patterns were pretty dope. But unfortunately, it's hidden behind the other nonsense, in my opinion. But the whole, and I could say this as a white dude, the whole white rapper shit.
I knew it. I knew you were going there. I didn't want to say it. I knew you were going there. I was gonna like. It's old, man.
It's so played out. The Percocets and the pills and all this. Like at this point, this is where I stand. Get a therapist. Find a therapist. Talk to your therapist. But quit. Like stop thinking that this is an actual career path, because you rhyming about Percocets and pills while actually not being able to rap isn't going to get you anywhere. So as far as the rating, only because of the second verse that dude gave, I'll give it a 3.
Okay, down to Chance. What do you think?
Yo, she said, I'm not sure what I just watched or heard. I'm not laughing at the video. I'm laughing at her, man. Yo. All right. So this is what I'm going to say, right? I don't know their other music. So I'm going to go as if that was a different song and they were trying to be different, I understand it. But if that's all their music, then this is what I'm going to say. That first dude, it sounds like that's one of his first songs. And I don't know who mixed or mastered it, or he went on what is that, Audacity, and did it. I don't know. Okay. The second dude, like he said, it's like they went to two different like mixers. It's like he sent his verse with a different mixer, and he sent his with a whole nother dude that got a better studio and know what he's doing. I don't know. Yeah, the second dude was dope. The beat was dope, and I get what they were trying to get, but like he said, man, there's only one riff-raff. Can we stop?
Riff-raff?
Riff-raff. That's literally what it reminded me of. Riff-raff, Lil White, Juicy J, the people that Juicy J used to mess with when he was younger, or back in the day. Yeah, no, not 3-6. The white rappers he used to mess with. You know how he like, yeah, and they were talking about drugs and all that. Like he said, man, it's only one riff-raff, bro. Like it's played out to me. Like, you're a white rapper, you don't have to talk about that. You can do other stuff. You don't have to be Eminem or Riff Raff. You could be other people. The video concept was dope, but I didn't see their faces. I don't know who's who.
Right.
Who's you got to have a face to a name, to a voice. We got to know. We know what XX look like. We know what Juice WRLD look like. We know what these people look like. I don't know what neither one of them dudes look like.
That's because you're hallucinating.
Right, and I don't do drugs, so I don't even know what that is. But if that's what that was, then I'm glad I seen that, because I'm really not gonna do them now.
1 out of 10. What you got?
5.
5. Hell yeah.
But they can improve though. Like I said, if that is some of their first stuff, that's a great start.
Right.
If that's some of their first stuff, that's a great start.
Right.
I like it. It's just
some fixes.
Touching up.
Yeah,
it's stuff that can be fixed. Now he said the first dude just needs to go narrate Stephen King movies or Evil Dead movies.
I'm just keeping it real, bro. I'm just keeping it real.
But what I'm saying about that is, I hope he was just being different.
Right.
And
I hope to God he was.
And the thing is, like history, things tend to repeat themselves. Right?
Oh Lord.
So if we just go on probability and we follow logic,
He said, I think it would help to get through the yo. Yeah, I gotta start reading the comments. Yeah, wow, bro.
Going crazy.
As a DJ, the one thing that one of the things that Chance said that I will agree with. If this is your first stab at it, and no pun intended, if this is your first stab at it, and you're just literally diving in or jumping into this, like keep going. Just know that even when there's critiques like this, and even in having fun and in jest, take the critiques, even though there might be smiles and laughs behind it, take the critiques serious and keep moving. But but I will be 100. If this is what you've settled on, that this is your bag, this is your shit, it probably stops right here.
Hell yeah. Respectable. All right, we got to wrap up tonight. I stayed on 40 minutes later than I planned on, and my co-host didn't show up.
Well, yeah, my bad, man. I was playing volleyball. My bad.
Hey, you beat my co-host, so
you got 2 brand new co-hosts.
Hey. No, but what we do at the end of the Cody Live, traditionally, we kind of give a send-off, tell people where to check you out at, what to check out, what you got coming up, any kind of events, advertise yourself. The floor is yours. We'll start with you, Oz. Tell people about you.
Oh man, DJ Oz Ozzy. So I'm the DJ for So Sizzly. So that's Case Kane and Ernie Wayne here in Central Indiana. We travel abroad, and I'd have to pull up the calendar to tell you all the events. But I know we got Michigan coming up, Ohio coming up, Kentucky again coming up, several here in Indiana coming up. So you can check us out. Follow Case Kane, Ernie Wayne, myself on Facebook. That's the easiest way to keep up with what we're doing. And then last November on Devil's Night, I dropped my first album since deconverting from Christianity. So if you're ever interested in that album or that story, I'm always willing to have that conversation. So that dropped last year on Devil's Night, so the night before Halloween. And then the next album's dropping this summer. It's titled Osmosis. And I do I do a lot of hype tracks, but also some very real life tracks to deal with mental illness, bipolar, suicide, those type of things. As far as DJ work, you can always find me on The Flavor here on YouTube, and probably I'd say 3 or 4 nights a week I DJ live. And whether it's me practicing or just putting together a party mix and having fun with our subscribers, we got about 4, what was it, 4? Yeah, right around 4,000 subbies. We just rock out and have fun and do that. So you can find us again. The name of the channel is The Flavor. The Flavor. You can find me there.
Hell yeah. DJ Chance, where can people check you out at?
I am the right wing DJ Chance. You can find me on Instagram, CT Shump, or Facebook is even better, Chance Shump. I'm the dude eating a red Whopper.
You would.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm trying to start a podcast, but I don't think people don't want to be on it with me because my name. They don't want to do that.
Hey, the morning show was fun. I would fucking join that.
So I'm trying to find people that don't care about people not liking them.
I don't care.
Like I'm trying to find people that don't care about people not liking them because they showed their true colors. So good, get away from me. But the people that can like you and like you for you because you have opinions, even though they're not, as long as they're not disrespectful, racist, or they're trying to hurt you or nothing like that, that's fine. So with the podcast, I'm trying to find people. I need a name. I got some of the equipment already. I'm trying to find whatever, but I'm doing everything on that podcast, everything. So Chance Shumpert on Facebook. I got all my socials right there. Whatever. If you just don't come at me and about any opinions if you're how do I say this?
This is why
a fat black single mother. That's it.
God God damn it. What?
And canceled.
Oh, we'll have to get DJ Kate in there to continue on all that shit that never ended.
Yo, Kate. Never mind. Yep. Never mind. Nah, bro. Hey, I'm gonna be honest, and even if she sees it, yo, Kate that's a beautiful young lady. That's all I'm gonna say. She is wow.
And I did want to say, Cody, thanks for having us on, man. This has been fun.
No problem. Yeah. We'll do it again.
Next time I'm gonna be on time, man. I was playing volleyball. I didn't know I could have that much fun playing volleyball with white people. It was fun.
Only with white people?
Black people don't play volleyball. I was the only one out there. Some damn bullshit. I was mad as hell. Make me mad. They act like we can't play other sports. We just gotta play basketball, football, and listen to King Von. Don't get me started. Let me stop, bro, because you give me.
All right, y'all. We're signing off. This has been the Cody Live Podcast. Shout out to DJ Ozzy Oz and DJ Chance for joining. We'll be back. What is it? June 3rd at 10 p.m. We'll have another edition. I'm trying to get some radio hosts in here and some station directors. Try to get you guys in the mix of submitting to radio the right way and get your spins tracked. Been the Cody Live Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. And once again, shout out to you guys. Wave for the camera, Mr. Volleyball Player. Peace.
Bitch, I got it out the mud. You ain't even know it rain like. Put up on the gas, baby. All I see is green lights. Fucking circumstance, don't be mad at the fact I pass you. I laugh at these fucking bastards. You're goofy and try to seem tight. These folks will love you and support you when you benefit them. But talk down when you start doing better than them. I got sober to 23rd and I